Hello there, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry I'm late. I've been having connection issues down here, but of course, Miss Melly is here with us, and of course, my big friend Baz making his second appearance on my show again. Man, Baz, it's nice to have you here, man.
Thank you very much for having me. Make sure everyone's smashing the likes, and we go.
Yeah, there we go. And of course, always a special guest down here. You guys know her, Miss Melina, my close partner associate. Miss Melina, you welcome to the show.
Hi, Tony. Thank you very much for having me on the show. It's been a couple of days since I last been on here, but let's get straight into the game.
Yeah, Miss Melina, take us through the game. You know, you were giving us a preamble before I cut in for
It's
the
all right.
intro.
So we have some changes today. It's a big game for England. You know, it's a big game for Southgate and a lot of pressure on his shoulders in the round of 16. You know what? Beating Wales 3-0 doesn't mean much, but Senegal is not going to be easy competition. And the round of 16, you know, it's do or die. If England do not win today, they are unfortunately packing up their bags to go home. Now, with that being said, there are some changes in the starting 11 today. Raheem Sterling was unavailable for selection due to family issues. And a very shocking decision today, you know, it might work, it might backfire, is feed the kids. Marcus Rashford is on the bench. And considering the way he's played in this tournament, regardless of the club he plays for, he has been incredible for Team England and does not deserve to sit on that bench. By the way, Jordan Pickford in goal, of course, but Jordan Henderson is in that starting 11. I assume it's because Sterling is out. I wasn't really happy with that. And I also wanted Trent Alexander-Arnold instead of Walker to play. Those were just my personal choices. And it was shocking to see Rashford on the bench, especially considering how well he played against Wales when he got the opportunity to play. And rightfully so. You know, I don't know. Some of the decisions I'm seeing, you know, Mason Mount on the bench, I can agree with that. Starboy Bukayo Saka is getting his start in the knockout round for Team England. So I hope to see him on the score sheet, but it's not going to be an easy game. Senegal do have put out a great team as well, and even without Sadio Mane, they are playing really well. And the Senegal lineup is Mendy, Sabali, Diallo, Koulibaly, Jacob, Sis, the other Mendy, Diatta, and Dia, and Ismail Sarr. Sorry if my pronunciation is wrong. I apologize. But we're 5 minutes into the game, and it's 0-0 so far to England. So far, not really any chances created. It's too early in the game to say so. I'm a bit worried, though, but I'm going for 1-0 England in extra time. I think Senegal will take England to extra time. With that being said, Chelsea, Dan, and Baz, I want to hear your thoughts of, you know, what do you think of the lineups and what you think of this game so far. There's a lot riding on it, so let me know your thoughts. I'll start with Baz, and then I'll go to Dan. Tony's having some connection issues, so we are not taking over his channel, but whenever Tony has connection issues, we'll just continue the stream like normal to still give you guys quality content up here on Tony Cloud Gunner TV. So Baz, welcome to the show. What's your thoughts on you know, this game? Round of 16, England have made it. Do you think this game will go to extra time? And also, what's your thoughts on the starting 11?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, personally, I think it's a good blend. To be fair, I echo what you're saying with Marcus Rashford being on the bench on this one, and it's just you know, it's a shame that Sterling.
Oh my God, how do you miss that?
Yeah, so I think Saka though deserves to be in the team. I think he played well in his first game. I see Southgate using Rashford as potentially a super sub in the games coming. You know, I think later on you will definitely see him. I think right now he's just gonna, you know, he's playing safe. He's got Jordan Henderson in there as well, which is surprising for me. However, I think he brings leadership, if anything, to this team. However, having said that, it's a strong lineup. I like the lineup. Kyle Walker at right back is exactly what I expect. I do, however, fancy, excuse me, Walker to be starting potentially if we do get through against France. I think that's who we play if we progress. But saying that, it's a good, strong lineup, and I actually think England could potentially win it 2-1 in normal time.
2-1 in normal time. Wow, that's great. I hope that happens. Extra time is really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chelsea Dan, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm alright. I have my thing muted. England game. England versus sucks. England's not really just scored a goal in that minute ago. But Sakuya, I don't know why Rashford's got exchanged for Sakuya.
Yeah, it's a bit loud, isn't it? In a Dan household.
It's the kids.
Yeah. Tony's frozen again.
Well, Tommy, welcome to the show. Tommy, what are your thoughts, on the lineup? Are you happy with it? Tommy, can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
It's closed again.
Yes, I am. Tommy?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, the lineup's fine.
Okay, what do you think of England's performance so far? And what's your score predictions?
I would love to see Rashford start for me. Rashford should start. I would have put Foden in Mason Mount's position. I would have started Foden in the number 10 and put Rashford on the left wing. Yeah, it's a tough game. Senegal are a good side, but I'm going for 2-1. We just have to be on it, bro. They're Senegal on their marks. They're a good side. They have a good manager and a good squad. We just have to be on it today, innit? But I'm going 2-1.
2-1 in extra time or normal time?
Probably normal time or even extra time. I'll probably say normal time.
Okay, so same as Baz. 2-1 England in normal time.
Yeah.
All right, Margav, welcome to the show. What are your thoughts on the lineup, and what do you think your score predictions for this game?
Do you want my fan thoughts or do you want my pundit thoughts?
I want your pundit thoughts.
All right, so I think because all the hosts have seemed to have dominated these games, I think most likely I see an England win.
Score prediction?
Probably 2-0 England.
Clean sheet. Wow. And extra time or normal time?
Normal time.
Okay. So far on the panel, I'm the only one that thinks it would go to extra time. Chelsea Dan.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah, just quickly when I talk. Yeah, I don't think it'll go extra time. We're all over him. We're all over him, Miss Molina. And also, yeah, I don't know why Saka's got exchanged for Rashford. But Rashford's been incredible in the last couple of games. So why change Saka for Rashford? Rashford stayed on.
Sorry, can I just add on that? What I think it is, Chelsea Dan, I think sometimes, later on you do need that player. So I think maybe he's just not putting all his cards on the table just yet. I think potentially, he's obviously gone with his team to see what they can do. But rest assured, I think you definitely see Rashford later on. He can make the difference, I think, when legs get a bit tired and stuff like that. So that could potentially be it.
Maybe if we play France, he'll start Rashford. Surely, come on. If England go through, they have to play France next. And I agree with Baz. Maybe he's not putting all his cards in one basket at the moment.
Yeah, but all right, Rashford's up top the leading scorers in in the Golden Boot, right?
Oh, Kane! Oh my God, Saka! Oh, come on!
I think it's Mbappe, isn't it? I think he got a double today.
Yeah, but
Mbappe,
before today, I mean, because Rashford has less games and less game time, so.
That would have been such a good goal.
He got the assist and all. Buzz got an assist. Mbappe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tony
absolutely.
back now.
Yeah, Tony's back now.
Yeah, guys. See, guys, I'm very, very sorry, man. There's a problem here in Finland. I don't know for some reason. I don't know what's going on. You know what? You guys are. See, Miss Melina, thank you for handling it. Kindly handle it for me. I'm all.
It's okay, Tony.
Yeah. So currently, what England are having a better chances at the moment.
Yeah, they've had a couple of chances. Oh, we have a man down here, Harry Kane.
I think I'm on. I think I'm. What minutes are you showing,
Harry
Melina?
Kane, 13-19, 13-20 now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm a little bit behind you, so I've not seen that. I've just.
I'm ahead. I'm
I
on
just
14.
got
I'm in 14th minute. I'm in 14th minute,
I'm
Miss
on
Melina.
12th minute.
You're
12th
watching
minute
on
for me.
TV, right?
Yeah, watching on TV. Yeah.
I'm on 13:35, but I'm watching on iPlayer.
Okay, yeah, Harry Kane was the one that was that went down.
Yeah. But England do look like the better side so far. They've started off well. They've had good chances, but can they maintain this?
I think they can. I think they can. Obviously, Senegal are good, strong African team. You know what I mean? They play really really physically, but obviously good football. Having said that, I think England should be able to do bits because a lot of their players actually play in the Premier League, and I think that's a lot more physical. So
that's true.
We should be able to do well. We
just have a little bit more of quality in terms of talent on that team sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're a good team, Senegal, but they do miss something when Mane's not in that team, and they don't have Mane again tonight. So obviously, it's a potential.
Oh, come on! Oh no!
Problem.
Yeah, but their players have to step up. They can't keep relying on Mane. Like their players need to step up though.
Absolutely, but I think they've done that by progressing, isn't it?
Like Mane's, don't get me wrong, I love Mane. He's a beast, but they need to step up without him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got good leaderships. You know, what I mean, I know Koulibaly plays in defence and that, but he's a leader. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So yeah.
And Mendy is just a shocking keeper. He's absolutely just poor, bro. By his standards, he's just poor, man.
He's not had the best.
After
I know he's all over the place.
After AFCON, he's kind of declined from his performances.
Hugo Lloris has passed his best. Hugo Lloris, he's passed it.
Yeah, big up Ensman TV.
Makes a lot of mistakes, Hugo Lloris, but I think he's just declining. Because he's 36. Hugo, he's a top keeper, but he's made a lot of errors. Obviously, the North London derby, he made an error when we got that second goal, and yeah, he's made a lot of errors. Hugo Lloris. 36. Yeah. I think Tottenham need a new keeper. And give that Fraser Forster a chance.
Can we also give some news? Today, what's his name from Canada has signed for Watford. Well, he's signing for Watford. And they've upped Sheffield United's offer. Of course, it's not a Premier League team, but Kone from Team Canada is going to Watford. That was some news we had today.
Oh, congrats to him.
It's a big opportunity for him considering where he was playing. Before. So hopefully, he plays for Montreal in the MLS, but he also plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hopefully he could get more minutes under his belt at Watford. We're 16 minutes here now in the England game, and so far still 0-0, lads.
Yeah. Also, just to let you guys know as well, Nottingham Forest have signed a player as well.
Another one, yeah.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah,
they need to survive. They need to obviously survive.
Gustavo Scarpa, free from Palmeiras.
Is it a free agent or they paid?
I'm not sure.
Let me check.
I'm not sure at the minute. From what I understand, he's done he signed a 3-year contract. It will be completed in January the 1st.
So they've already,
So he's made 200 appearances for Brazilian side, scoring 37 goals. So good luck to him and his new
they're
club.
really trying to do everything to stay up. They have to.
Yeah, That's what you've got to do sometimes.
It's the 24th signing for the season for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, it's a lot. So this game has been played in a fast pace at the minute. England do look relaxed. I mean, they're not relaxed, but they look like they're playing all right. There's not been any mistakes as yet. Maybe that one was a little bit.
Yeah.
However,
also, shout out to everyone in the chat.
We're pressing Senegal. We're doing well. We just have to keep it up, man.
But you need to finish in the final third, and I think you know, we've had good crosses, but sometimes the timing hasn't been right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're playing well. We're keeping us up here as well. Like I'm still Southgate. I'm still Southgate out. I still think after the World Cup he needs to step down for me, and we should get Poch or whoever a better manager than this clown. Because for me, I don't think we'll win the World Cup with this manager, Southgate. I don't think we will. His management's not good.
I think you can beat Senegal and play France, but I don't know if you have what it takes to beat France. Because Kylian, Mbappe, and Giroud are on fire.
Mbappe is going to roast Maguire. He's absolutely going to put him in a spliff. Mbappe, he's going to roast him. I don't think we'll beat France, if I'm going to be honest. I don't see.
But you know what? Deschamps, last game, France rested a lot of their players, Kylian didn't start. You never know. Yeah, Tunisia. But then again, it was Tunisia, so
yeah, you gotta give credit to Tunisia because they were fantastic. Even though
they really put everything on the
it's a shame they're
table.
out,
Yeah, they put everything on the line.
Because I'm Nigerian and I want to see all my African teams go through.
Do well, yeah.
That's the thing. I would love to see an African team win the World Cup. Like I would love to see that, man.
And a lot of these players never get the credit because they're not English. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean as well. But yeah, I think Japan have a chance to win the World Cup. I think Morocco have a chance to win the World Cup. Like, don't sleep on Japan and Morocco because they play good football. They've got a good team and a good manager. Don't sleep on them, innit? So yeah,
I think to
don't
be
sleep
fair,
on Senegal either.
No, absolutely. I think to be fair. Yeah, sorry. Go on, mate.
We have to be on it today, innit? Because Senegal are good, so we just have to be ruthless, man, in front of goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think to be fair, a lot of the teams are now starting to show their quality now. I mean, initially it was pretty much everywhere. There wasn't many huge standouts. I think Spain did well. Spain is still in there. They've got a nice, young, strong team. Senegal have been brilliant. All the teams have been brilliant towards this later stage in the competition. But this is where you're going to see your true colours. I mean, you look at your Mbappes today for France, and that they're starting.
He was quality today, man.
Yeah, they're starting to show their.
Oh, guys! Oh, come on! Oh my gosh!
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh man!
But big up Enzman. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but make sure people are checking out his channel because he's doing some great contents there. It's not just Liverpool stuff. He's doing all different kinds of stuff. So check it out if you haven't subscribed.
Shout out to Enz. And shout out to BX Schooner, great friend of ours on the channel. Regular on Tony Claude's. Nice to see him in the chat.
Hey, guys.
And nice to see Chelsea OG. Nice to see Tony Claude on his own channel for once. Hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah.
You mate. There's a mutiny going on, People are trying to get me off my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, I have great friends who can handle it for me. Chelsea Dan is here. Of course, Baz is here. And my very, very big friend and partner, Miss Melina, is also here. Not to forget Thomason. You guys are the best. Thanks. I've seen throughout the nation, there's been this connection issues, throughout the day. I don't know. They've been announcing it sort of, but it's all good. I've just gotten a mobile connection, so that's what I'll be using for now. You know what? I want to welcome a new, not a new member, but a new subscriber to the channel, and the person's name is Victor Lang. Victor Lang. Is he your friend?
Yeah, he's a good friend, a very good friend of mine. Unfortunately, he's a Man United fan, but he's a Canadian.
He's a Man United fan, right?
He's a Canadian like me. So big up, Victor. I hope you're well. And thank you for tuning into the channel. I shared the stream on Twitter, so he must have.
Senna's got a penalty.
Oh, fuck's sakes. No way.
John Stones with a hand.
John Stones handball.
Rashan John
no.
Stones and ball.
Oh,
Actually, Miss Melina, I reached out to Victor Lang on Instagram, and for some reason, he
that's
subscribed
nice of
today.
him.
Yeah, because he
He's a
spoke to
nice
me on
guy.
Instagram. Yeah. So big up Victor Lang. You're welcome
He's
to
a
the
big
show.
Lakers fan in basketball.
Big Lakers fan. Yeah, I've seen it in his profile and all that. So Victor Lang, you're welcome to the show, and of course,
big
Miss
up, man.
Melina
Big
is
up.
always with us here. So you can always tune into the channel, and of course, I have my friend here, Chelsea Dan. Chelsea Dan, what's popping, man?
What's up, man, my brother, man? What's up, man? But just quickly, just talk before quickly. They just checked the VAR, just checked the penalty, and they checked it really quick. No penalty for Senegal.
No penalty. No penalty.
So that's a good choice. But yeah, man, thank you for letting me join the Watchdog show. I was gonna do a Watchdog show with Tommy. Me and Tommy was gonna do one, but I decided to cancel. I got hold of Tony in the end, and I thought I'd come and jump in here with you guys. It's just nice to see you, Baz, Miss Melina, Tommy, the big
Nice to
guy.
see you,
Me and
Dan.
Tom. Me and Tommy was on the phone for about an hour talking about football, weren't we, Tommy? Yeah, and it's good to have a good speak with Tommy and everything. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah, England, looking really strong for a minute, but it's the matter to perform and see if we can attack this really well to win this game, because I don't think it's going to go in the extra time. They're doing really. They look sharp. They're doing well. They're looking good performance with the team playing. They're basically doing like a ticky-tacky football, playing as a passing to each side. But for a minute, yeah, man, the one mistake could cause the penalty with Senegal with a handball of John Stone. I think that should have been a penalty, honest the truth, because it came off his hand, on his arm.
Off his hand,
But-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, on his arm and his arm, but the VAR said it ain't a penalty. So, but these things at football, man, have been a lot in this World Cup. I've made a lot of mistakes in VAR, Tony.
Yeah.
And the Japan, the South Korea where it should be the goal kick for the I think it was a German or Spain with that game, and they gave it a goal. So 25 minutes in, England 0 and Senegal 0. Come on, England, we could do this. I'll let you guys talk.
Miss Melina, this question goes to both you and it goes to Baz of of this Liverpool fan channel. Of course, Baz, my friend. But Miss Melina, you take this question on first. See, it's a back four for England. Yeah, John
Yes.
Stones and Maguire in the heart of that defense
Yes.
in a back four. See, usually England normally play a 5 in that
Yes.
back to be able to give enough protection for Harry Maguire, who's the
A
country's
liability
captain.
at times.
But exactly. But right now it's just 4 in that back 4. What do you think about it? Do you think there's generally spaces that Senegal can be able to exploit here?
No, I don't think so, and I don't think Senegal is. I don't think playing 5 at the back, playing 2 reserved, is not going to get you goals, Tony. It's not going to get you the results you need. And when you're in a big competition, well, the big stage like the round of 16, Tony, I think you need to, be a bastard type of manager. And a back 4, I don't think it's going to leave too much space if the defenders who are in that back 4 are, having positional awareness and being,
Exactly.
on their game. So I disagree with that. I don't think playing conservative is going to get you results. And also, we've seen against America, Team USA, how playing conservative, sitting at the back, we will invite pressure onto us at times. And I don't want us to do that. I want us to attack and keep solid in the defensive back line, keep the shape of that defense, and just go straight out attack. Go all guns blazing.
Straight out attack, right?
If you can't go all guns blazing, then you might as well have gone home at the first day of the tournament if you're not going to try.
Exactly. Baz, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
is there enough protection for Harry Maguire?
To be fair, I mean, England haven't conceded a lot of goals in this, and Harry Maguire hasn't had a bad tournament, to be fair. So he hasn't. I don't think there's any need for babysitting him right away at this moment of time. I think he's been he's been playing really well. I think he's been playing better for England than he has for his club team. The thing is, in this knockout, this is all about knockouts now. Now, what you need is leaders. You need big, you need people that can talk a lot. And looking at this lineup, they've got Kyle Walker in there. They've got Jordan Henderson in this game as well. They've got Harry Maguire. Whatever you think of him, he's still a leader. You know what I mean? Whether he's a good leader is a questionable thing. However, it's a strong team, and they look composed at the moment. So, I'm quite happy with this formation. I'm quite happy with the players that they've actually they've got in here. To be fair, I mean, obviously, some people will look and think, why is Rashford not starting? I think Rashford is important to be. You can't put all your eggs in one basket in the first half, or even you do need that freshness later on, and he no doubt will score goals. So, to be fair, I think it's good so far. It's a good balance.
So far, so good. Tommy C, are you there? Tommy C might be watching the game.
Yeah,
you know what?
Oh, he's here.
You know what? I just had two big heavyweights. You know what? Ladimus is in the house, and John, my guy Johnny Boy, is here from the Red Glasgow. You welcome, bro.
Hi, John.
Yeah,
Hi,
it's England. Guys, Ladimus Prime is in the show.
Hey, Prime,
guys, Ladimus Prime. Talk to these people, man. Talk to these people.
We got Prime.
Big up Prime, man.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, Prime. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. How are you seeing the game so far?
It's been 50-50.
50-50, right? Do you think there will be any surprises in this game?
Senegal
will there be any
had
surprises?
better chances, I think.
Will there be any surprises?
No, it shouldn't be. England will win it. It'll be tough, though. But
extra time or
tough,
regular
right?
time for Prime?
probably extra
Good
time.
question.
Yeah.
Based on England's quality,
Probably extra time.
probably extra time.
Yeah, I think 2-1 extra time.
Yeah. Were there any surprises for you with the lineup today, Ladimus Prime? Before I go to John, and go to Chelsea then.
No, the lineup makes sense. I mean, unfortunately, what's happening?
Total sense. The absence of Rashford.
Unfortunately, what's happening with Sterling? His home got broken into, so he's not in the lineup. But Rashford being on the bench makes sense because he's the only real quality England have off the bench to change the game. But it's going to be tight.
Well, is that one with the quality who has scored 2 goals already?
Yes, because you need someone like that off the bench that will make an impact.
Makes sense.
And like when you guys need to think about football from a tactical side of the game. Like Senegal, if this game goes into extra time, Senegal don't have anyone that will make an impact. England do in Rashford, so it makes sense him being on the bench. And the midfield also makes sense as well because Bellingham, Bellingham, Henderson, and Rice should outwork Senegal's midfield. So it's a good lineup. I don't have a problem with that.
It's a good lineup, right? Yeah. See, John, Glasgow Reds. See, you're in the house, man. Tell me what you think about this England team playing today. What do you think? When you saw the lineup, what got through your mind?
I think the lineup's spot on. I think, like Basil's saying, you need your leaders on the pitch. You need your Harry Maguires. You need your Jordan Hendersons. This is where these guys are going to shine. A lot more talkative. Again, people want to see all of the flair players playing. You want to see the Rashfords and Bellinghams. Yes, you want to see that, but at the same point, you need a leader to control a game. And that's what Jordan Henderson brings to you, the team. That's what Harry Maguire brings to the team. That's ability. You need that. If England are going to go do anything in this World Cup, it's going to be because of these players. And the Rashford coming off the bench, I think is a very smart move because is he a bench player? Is that what he does best? Come off the bench and when the other team's tired and sneak a goal? Is that the kind of player?
Although Latimer's made a great point, you need someone of that stature to actually come out of the bench and create an impact, right? You don't want people that can't score goals. I'm talking of the striking area. I'm not talking of midfield or defensive replacements. I'm talking of people in that strike force who can come in from the bench and create an impact. Impact subs are always needed in teams.
And plus, either way, England fans would complain because if he starts Rashford, who does he bench? Does he bench Foden? Does he bench Saka? You guys would still complain. So, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the lineup. It's spot on.
With the lineup. Okay, Chelsea Dan, can you come in there? Rashford in the bench.
Yeah, mum. Yeah. I feel like Latimer's point said it's a good idea what he just said, because we need players on the pitch who could come in after to be more force in attack. And if we ain't got the force in attack, like 1 minute, like Senegal just Lily scored with a Pickford save from Saka's mistake. It was Saka's mistake in that, yeah. But the sub looks really hungry on the bench. There's good, strong. We've got a good, strong bench. Like I think with him Sterling, he ain't there because I just have Latimer's prime. Has got Sterling, man. Feel sorry for hearing what Sterling's situation is, but I didn't know about nothing about it. So I've never heard nothing.
House got robbed. I heard his house got robbed or something like that. I don't know how true.
But we
like saying that to us.
Like I say to you, Tony, like Harry Maguire's been brilliant in this tournament, and he 4 at the back. England's only played 5 at the back once in the blue moon when we had like hardly no good squad out at the time, and Southgate's only done it 1 or twice. But Harry Maguire, like I said to you, he's been the best centre back for us in the game for England, and he's been outstanding. So if he like I said to you before, you on the last show, we asked you who would be your 4 centre back for England, or your 4 centre backs for England, and you did come out the question. And this is what I mean. Harry Maguire is the one. Is doing a good business at the centre back with John Stones. They both work really well. And you see Kieran Trippier he ain't playing now because Kyle Walker's back fit, and now Kyle Walker's back in. But I don't get why Kyle Walker's playing, because Trippier, from my standards, I think Trippier's been good in this competition. But then I understand why Trippier ain't playing, because he don't give enough balls to a counter-attack. Have you noticed in a couple of games, when Trippier stays back, he passes it back to the defence. He don't look at the eye contact where another person's open. See, with Kyle Walker, he's coming in, pushing up, and he knows where to play, and he'll put the ball in to show us to score a goal. So Kyle Walker's came on foot, and he's doing really well. And I just don't think he'll go through extra time, mate.
But Baz, you've heard what Latimer said. You heard what John, Glasgow Red talked about, and of course Chelsea Dan. Do you agree with Rashford coming off from the bench? Is that the new thing now?
I think it's important to obviously show intent of winning, and Saka starting is not an intention of not winning a game. Saka's been excellent. He's been excellent for club. He's been excellent for country so far. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to mix and blend it sometimes. But when you look at our bench as well, it's important we have good people coming off. Hungry players that are angry, maybe angry in a good way, you know what I mean, to make the difference. And when you look at what we've got on our bench, we've got a lot of quality. We shouldn't have a problem here. We've still got Callum Wilson, who's been excellent for Newcastle, Marcus Rashford. You've also got James Maddison in there as well. These are players that can make, and then we're not even mentioning Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is someone that can get fouls around the edge, and then you've got someone
on the edge, right?
That's a win. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter right now. It's about getting the results and progressing. And I think what we've got right now is a good blend, and I think it's fair. It would be a toss up between having Saka and Rashford playing on the right, because they're both decent. Right. But I do think Marcus Rashford is probably a better substitute that will come on and make more of a difference than having Saka playing for the first half. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Miss Melina, are you there with us?
Yes, Tony, I'm here.
Miss Melina, I can see your work offline. I can see your work offline, but no problem.
No, I'm here. I'm
So,
here.
Miss Melina, you know what? Yeah, are you very comfortable with that? With Rice sitting in deep down there, just at the middle between the midfield and of course the back four, and of course, are you very very comfortable with Rice and Henderson playing in the same game? Is that enough
I do
creativity
agree
for you?
with.
I'm sorry to my Liverpool fans here. I'm not taking any shots at Anderson, but of course, is it the most perfect person to have there?
Yes, you are, Tony.
I don't know. But,
Of course you are.
but Miss Melina, what will you say?
I told about Henderson. Henderson just scored.
Oh my God!
Henderson just scored.
Oh, goal! It's a goal!
Talk about
What are you saying, Tony? What are you saying, Tony?
Just Anderson!
Tony, what was Tony saying about Henderson? Tony saying about Henderson? Yes!
Anderson!
Told you,
Oh my
no extra time. Come on!
Oh my God! Come
England!
on, Anderson!
Come on, England!
Oh, come on!
England!
Who talks about my captain?
England! What a goal!
Oh, Tony, do you still wanna ask me that question?
No, guys, I'm sorry, man. Liverpool fans, I'm sorry. I am not taking any shot at Anderson at all. He's a hero. He is a hero.
You want to take, if you want to die, Tony, you want to take more shot at Saka for giving away the ball to Senegal and he scored. And Henderson comes out on the other end and scored. You want to give this Saka, your player for Arsenal, who didn't concede this, making it 1-0 to Senegal. Good on you, Henderson.
Fair play to Anderson. Fair play to
That's
him.
that's the thing that he'll bring.
Let's keep up this momentum now. Keep up this lead, you know.
What I'm going to say, is obviously,
exactly.
Listen, we know what Henderson's about, yeah? He's when you look at your Jack Grealishes, your Mason Mounts, he's not them. But what this guy will bring is what I said today. He'll bring leadership, yeah? And that's experience there. So obviously he's brought
That's heart, that's passion. That's what he brings.
The thing is, listen, it's 1-0.
It's our captain and all in his bus.
Sorry? No, Harry Kane's a captain.
Oh, it should be Henderson all along because he talks to the team and when he's in the midfield. Yeah, he should be captain for all. No matter what, he's always been captain for England.
He's only Liverpool captain.
No, he's vice captain, I think, as well for England when Kane's not around.
Yeah.
But I think obviously that's brought you. That's given you why he's here. I mean, listen, he's not dynamic anymore. But what he'll bring is hard work. You know what I mean? And that's what you need in a game like this: hard work.
Facts.
But
exactly. And now, if England won a second,
they'll have confidence to
goal in the second half. You bring on Grealish, you bring on Rashford, and you'll probably win.
Bring on the impact substitution.
So all the people that everyone that keeps complaining about Southgate, you guys don't know what you're talking about in terms of.
And he's captain.
Let him do what he wants to do. Just let him do. He's England's best manager since they won the World Cup.
Over the bar! Come on.
And see, fact.
Harry Kane and all.
I keep on saying that Southgate is the best coach England have had, since 1966. That's a fact. So. I can only double down on that, But of course, he's coming for lots of criticisms, Latimer's prime, of course. See, there's nothing like a coach understanding the type of first 11 he wants to play with when you go into a tournament. But for some reason, Southgate hasn't done that in this World Cup. It has always been this lots of changes here, changes there, tweaks here, tweaks there.
Can I just say,
confident in that kind of a team?
Southgate understands his players. He has a squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just going to say Henderson. I think should have finished that. Sorry, Kane should have finished that. That was a good opportunity.
Okay. Yeah. Southgate has a squad. He understands his players. Making little tweaks here and there, depending on opposition, is what good managers do. Like, you can't always just play your best 11 because, with all due respect to England, they're not one of the best nations in the world.
True.
It's not like even Man City, who people would say are even Man City, like let's look at club level. Man City, who people say arguably is the best or one of the best teams in the world, they don't play the same 11 all the time. Pep will make a little change here. Oh, no? Okay, cool. Pep will make a change here or there, take out a player, bring in a player. Like, that's what you do when you have a quality squad. People talk about how amazing this England squad is, right? All these quality players, Kane, Saka, Rashford, Grealish, yada, yada, yada. Then if he uses that squad, why is it then a bad thing Southgate does? I don't get that. Like, instead of people complaining, just let Southgate manage the team to the best of his ability. You know, you guys of England have had better players than this squad before. You know, Gerrard, Lampard, Rooney, and they've done nothing. So just let Southgate continue doing what he's doing. Maybe, I don't think England will win this World Cup, but their best bet of winning it is with Southgate. So just let him continue doing what he's doing.
Sorry, can I just say something on that? Latimus, do you actually think England are not one of the best best nations in the World Cup?
I don't view England as a top nation, no.
Okay.
I've never viewed you guys as a top nation. But however, you guys have been since Southgate has got the job, you guys have been performing. Like, I think there's a record that since Southgate has got the job, he's one of the top performing international managers. Like, that's something people need to take into account. I'm not saying he's a world-class manager. I'm not saying compare him to
can I just add on that?
Obviously not. But for England, it worked. For some reason for England, it worked. So I don't think people should complain about that. You know, certain managers fit certain things. You know, you can take it. You can use Arsenal as an example. Arteta. People may not rate him. People may not rate some of the players at Arsenal, but it's working this season. So that needs to be. Working, you know, it is what it is. If it's working, you can't always. Like, this is something England fans do. They complain about lineups. They complain about players. They complain about Southgate. But then when they win,
no complaints.
They start praising him.
Everyone closes their mouths, right?
That sounds like our fan base.
Exactly. Like, you can't say it's always.
Glasgow Red Charts, you wanted to say something.
You can't say. Sorry, can I just say on this? You can't say it's always Southgate's fault when England lose. But when England beat Iran 6-2, or when England, you know, were beating Germany, no one gave Southgate credit. It was always you giving praise to everyone else, giving praise to Saka, or giving praise to this player or that player. No, give Southgate the praise. If it's Southgate's fault when they lose, then it's Southgate's fault when they.
True. I agree. Glasgow Red Charts. Do you disagree?
No, that's a very fair statement. Then if you're going to blame the manager for losing, and you need to congratulate the manager for winning games, and he is right. Southgate has done I'm not going to say he's done an excellent job with this England squad, but he has done a very good job. He's done a better job than most managers have done. So we'll give him credit where credit is due. I'm just saying, who did Jordan Henderson to choose to celebrate to go with? Bellingham, baby. Bellingham's coming.
Listen,
what I don't get, how could people say about Southgate, right? And then said Nations, he lost us the worstest record that England's done in history from since the 1940s, Lost us 5 games on the bounce, right? And then soon coming to a World Cup, he's won 1 game against Iran. He was expected to beat Iran anyway. We struggled to beat United States of America in the second game. And Wales was just an easy game because in their group they were really bad in the group anyway. So these games, it was expected to be a winning game. And then today we're playing against Senegal, but Senegal a good strong side, but we've shown that our ability to against a club like this that we could be a winning talent. And we lost 5 games.
I can answer that. The Nations League, let's just be real, no one respects it. The first Nations League, which was a few years ago, that Portugal won, no one, and Cristiano Ronaldo was celebrating it, no one respected it. So England getting knocked out of the Nations League group, yes, people can laugh and make jokes, but let's be real, no one cares about Nations League, so it doesn't really make a difference. This doesn't, being knocked out of the Nations League group doesn't take away from the fact that Southgate has still gotten England to 3 semi-finals and a final. One of those semi-finals, by the way, being the Nations League itself, which, again, no one praised. So,
oh my God.
Hold on. Kane?
Go on.
Oh, come on, shoot!
Yes, Harry Kane! 2-0! Told you I could be extra time! 2-0! 2-0! Come on! What? Wait, Miss Melina, extra time? What? Where's this extra time? 2-0 in the first half! Come on!
Coming home.
Guys, also, by the way, can I just
Ladies
add?
and gentlemen,
This
it's
is.
2. Harry
Can I
Kane
just
scored
add?
the second goal, and it's an assist by Foden.
Can I?
Yeah,
Can I?
you can.
Can I just
Yeah,
add?
you can continue.
This is the best team in Africa currently. Champions of Africa.
Yeah, AFCON. Yeah.
Very
Wait,
England
can I
Hey, Vladimir, that's facts. That is facts, mate.
Wait, can I add something to what Prem said?
Wait, can I just finish, Miss? Yeah, actually,
yeah,
you
no
add
problem.
before I go.
No, it's okay. You go ahead.
No, but let me. When like Dan, you were saying about the Nations League and stuff and how he shouldn't have his job. Like, this is the champions of AFCON. If England only scraped by 1-0, people would be complaining. You're 2-0 up at half time, and you could probably end up winning 3 or 4 if you really go for it. Like, give.
Yeah, can I add something?
Go by Kane, man. What a goal by Kane.
You know, the game against the US, the only reason why you were poor against the US, it's not a Southgate issue. I think Southgate, in terms of what he was trying to do, set you guys up quite well. But the players just didn't turn up. At midfield of Musa, Adams, and McKennie were able to boss Mount, Rice, and Bellingham. Is that Southgate's fault or the players? So give him the. It's like I'll bring it back to like an Arteta thing. Like, people will complain when Arsenal lose, but then when Arsenal win, they won't really give him his credit where it's due. Like, just give Southgate. Southgate is not fine. Southgate's not world class. He's not brilliant. He's probably, if Southgate probably had a job like at Chelsea or Arsenal, he'd probably do quite poorly. But at England, it works. So just give him that respect and just see where it could go. England, I don't want them to win the World Cup, but I want Southgate to do well because I think he's doing a brilliant job.
Okay. That's a great analysis.
Sorry, I wanted to say something. Miss Melina, were you the one I wanted to talk?
Yeah, I wanted to add to the Nations League when Dan mentioned that England got knocked out the Nations League. The Nations League, the whole point of that was to replace friendlies, and it's essentially taken like friendlies for match fitness and players to up their stamina before a major competition would take place. It was just meant to replace friendlies. I don't think anyone really took it seriously. That's just what I wanted to add.
Can I?
Yeah.
Obviously, I want.
Baz, please come in there. You have to come in this one.
Yeah, no. What I'd say, I don't rate Southgate. I don't rate Southgate at all. But the reason why I say that, I think, to be honest with you, how can I put it? All right, so look, we're playing Senegal, which is the best African nations that have won the African Nation Cup, and at the moment we're very comfortable against them. That, I think, is player related. And then when I look at certain things, like, for example, I do respect what you're saying, Latimer's Prime, but England can be considered as one of, not obviously, they've got to be in the top 10 of best teams in the world, because all these players are playing on high level, and they're destroying teams at the minute. You know what I mean? Whether or not, like Iran, obviously we expect to beat someone like that. We still beat them emphatically. And then when you look at America, United States of America, they're a brilliant team. They've got energy, but they're just missing a striker or something like that. They've got all the energy and stuff like that. But ultimately, England have progressed, and it's to do with the players and their quality. Because if you don't have the players' quality, Southgate isn't the one. And these players are keeping Southgate in this at this moment, because Southgate would have been sacked.
It's not just about player. Like, again, this England generation or squad over the past few years, let's be honest, is not that good. Not compared to the golden generation you guys had 10, 15 years ago.
John Terry days.
And yet you guys were going to tournaments where you got beat by Iceland. You could barely qualify for a tournament. You were beaten in quarterfinals, semifinals. Can't make it out of your group. So,
and that's due to who?
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to just say that it's just the players. Like, Southgate still has to set them out, because
he made it into the Euro finals.
The players are the ones that go out there and perform, right?
Yeah, but it's the manager's tactical instructions. Because if you're saying it's the player quality for today,
It's all about picking the team, though, Ladimus. It's all about picking the team, mate.
Hold on. In my opinion, the US are not better than Senegal. Why couldn't you guys beat Senegal then? If you or beat the US, if you can beat Senegal quite easily and it's player quality, why could not your player quality not beat the US?
Yeah, but England have progressed further than the United States. That's what I'm saying.
But you couldn't beat
one or two games.
You couldn't beat them when you played them in the group. That's my. You mentioned the US.
No, I hear that, but we're finished top of the group. That's not a problem. Yeah. You're not going to win every game. Not all teams are going to win every game, are they?
That's to Southgate as well. But that's due to the players. You've had better players
and Southgate.
But that's also due to Southgate. But it's again, so it's both. So I don't think it's fair to just say it's player quality.
No. I understand that, but what I'm saying is like they didn't concede no goals, so obviously the defense did well. They had their chances. America did have the better chances, grant that. But ultimately, we progressed, didn't it? And when I look at it, I totally get. I hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? I'm not disputing it at all. What I'm just saying is like it's different views, isn't it? But when I look at this England team, even when I look at the golden generation, when you're that big saying about Lampard and Steven Gerrard. To be honest with you, both of them are right. They're brilliant players for their clubs, but they couldn't play well at England. And the reason why is there's a lot more discipline. So they are playing to instructions of the manager.
No, that was my point. You guys have had better sides, golden generations, and yet managers you've had better managers than Southgate, by the way.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure out a way to make an England team work of all the quality. Southgate is doing that. I'm not saying Southgate is
yeah,
but for England, it's working.
Ericsson wasn't exactly formationally now.
You can say maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's half time in the game.
It was Swedish. It was a Swedish manager, and he didn't know nothing about England. That's why.
We'll come into this because this is a very broad topic. We'll come into it. Andrew Bell, you're welcome. It's a Geordie. Guys, meet Andrew Bell. You're welcome.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, Andrew Bell. I have Miss Melina who is here. She's here with us. She's my host.
Hi, Andrew.
Have Ladimus Prime. Ladimus Prime is a Chelsea fan, legend down here. Of course, Chelsea Dan, legend here. Baz, a big guy here too. Tommy C is also here. And Glasgow Reds, my Liverpool friend, is here too. See, you know what, yeah? Andrew Bell, I want to go to you. Does Southgate, you've heard the back and forth between Ladimus and Baz. Of course, they're going, through this argument in a very respectful way, as you can see. But Andrew Bell, please just chime in here. Does Southgate, do you think part of his success as a manager in England is due to the fact that he knows how to wield and how to control, like magically control the dressing room?
I think a lot of it, it may be a long-winded answer, Tony, but in my opinion, the golden generation lacked a little bit of modern football management, in the sense of we didn't have to play 4-4-2. Every time we got knocked out of a tournament, it was because a team were better than us formationally. Now, you get Southgate, and I think the best thing that he's done is he's getting everyone believing in the same thing, going for i.e., if you're not playing, you're still part of the team. We're all pushing in the same direction. But it's the same as if me and you were sitting at a race line and you have an Audi RS6 and I have a Golf GTI, you're going to win because you've got better equipment at your disposal. And that's exactly what Southgate's had over the last few years. The depth that England have had in previous years when we had the golden generation, if Scholes or Lampard or Gerrard was injured, who came in to replace them? You didn't have the same type of player to come in to play at the same level. We now have that. If Grealish gets injured, you've got Foden. If you've got Foden injured, you've got Sterling. If Sterling's injured, you've got Sancho. If Sancho's injured, you've got somebody else. The depth that England have now is the best it's been since. My dad's 76 and he says it's the best he's ever seen.
Do you know what I'll also add? Sorry, Tony. Can I just add something?
Yeah, of course.
What I'd say is with Southgate, when I said I don't rate him as a manager, there's a lot to it. I won't go into it because we'll be here forever. But what I would say, is one thing that is amazing, because obviously I don't know if some of you guys know this. I was a semi-pro footballer back in the day, so I played in a school of excellence, but the English, when you get represented with England and stuff like that. Now I never played for England, but what I have done is had like training camps with them. One of the things that I think a lot of ex-players will tell you now, like the professionals would tell you, there is that divide between clubs, the rivalry between clubs, where you hear it, like people don't sit on the same table as Liverpool or Manchester United or Arsenal, Chelsea, all the respective clubs. That is one thing that Southgate has got. He's done excellent. He's got them playing together, showing love for each other, no matter what your rivalries are. And that's what makes a team strong. When I look at teams like, in Euro 96, when we had Terry Venables as our manager, now, them times there, we had people like Sheringham, we had Shearer, we had Anderton, we had Nick Barmby. We had all these decent players at different clubs. That was the best time that I rated England, because I tell you why. They all played with love. They were all together. Paul Gascoigne, you know what I mean? Players like this, they were all together, and that's what makes.
And David Seaman,
Right.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you're right. You're talking facts there.
And that's what makes a team. You have to play as a team. Forget your rivalries, and that's what he's got in there. And there's a lot of heart in that. Tactically, I don't think he's the one. Okay, I don't think he's the one.
Agreed.
But with heart, you can do a lot. You know what I mean? So, and this World Cup, you've seen there's been a lot of things. Germany have gone out. You know what I mean? Some big nations have gone out in this World Cup. Italy are not even here. So this is like a potential thing. You play with heart, you play with tactics and all these kind of things. You can stand somewhere. And I think Southgate, you got to give him credit for sure. But, it's possible. It's possible. And he's done well so far. I can't knock him.
Yeah, I think tactically, I agree with everything you said up until the tactical stuff. I think tactically he could be the one. But again, when is it? When you guys lost to Iceland and the FA did a complete revamp and they brought in Southgate, the whole thing was to build up this good young core for this Qatar World Cup to see what you guys could do. You guys weren't supposed to go and win the last Euros. You weren't supposed to win the last World Cups. This is really the big target. And like you said, with no Germany, no Italy, Portugal.
So basically, what you're saying is that England was in a rebuilding state. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, a revamp.
Sorry to jump in there, but
I think Southgate can get you guys there. But again, I know. I don't see it being a Southgate issue.
Okay. Glasgow Red Chart, you wanted to say something before I go to Miss Melina and Chelsea Dan. Tommy C, are you still there? Tommy C, are you still there? Tommy's not still back. Okay. Glasgow Red Chart, you wanted to say something? Yeah.
Yeah, please, mate, if you don't mind. Just very quickly. But as you say, is that you don't feel that Southgate is the one. But is this not England's best chance to actually, as the English fans like to always shout, every single tournament does my head in? Is this not the best year for them to bring it home?
Listen, I'm going to say one thing very quickly because I know everyone wants to talk. All right, I'm going to be real. I love England. Yeah, it's my home country and stuff like that. Yeah. What I would say is England are overrated, and that's what's had problems.
Yeah. So is it? This could be their best chance to bring it home, as they like to say. And in terms of bringing it home, can we please just stop with that fucking song? Because it's what that I believe that song does. It actually puts too much pressure on the England squad.
The best chance I ever had was 2018.
This is something that also Southgate has been able to work to his advantage. England, the past few tournaments, there hasn't been pressure from the off. England have been allowed to go in and bake and grow into the tournaments. It's only when Italy in the Euros, the big pressure was England fans behaving as if they had already won it. I remember going on shows and watching streams and England fans doing combined tournament 11s and putting in Luke Shaw and Pickford and Maguire, putting in every England player, disrespecting Italy. When you guys played Croatia, disrespecting Croatia. I predicted you guys would draw against the US because I knew you guys would disrespect the Americans. I said today that this game could go into extra time because you guys could potentially disrespect Senegal. As long as England are focused and prepared and drilled you guys can take on just about anyone. But it's
Is that not making sure that you're qualified? Or sorry,
it's when
interrupt
it's
you, but is that not making sure you qualify? Sorry to interrupt you there. I was just wondering if you. I get your point. I just think making sure you get a point in that game makes the last game, a derby game against Wales, so much easier if you know that you. I don't like the negative attitude of bringing a defender on to stay in a game when it's 0-0. You want to throw an attacker on to go and win the game. But I think group stages of World Cups, it's been proven before if you take an unnecessary risk, it can come back and bite you in the arse. So I think I totally agree with you. We did show USA a little bit of lack of respect, but I think the respect that we did show them got with a point to get out the group.
No, but I mean, England have done it before. Like, my point being, as long as England, and I'm not talking about just per se players, but it comes with the fans, because we know even at club level that the pressure and the consensus from fans can seep into dressing rooms. And so long as you have a positive mentality and you don't put undue pressure onto your players, they can end up doing glorious things. You know, I can use Arsenal back as an example this season. The positivity from their fan base since pre-season has seeped into their dressing room, and I think that's a big part of why they're doing well as well. We've seen from Arsenal in the past, when their fan base has been toxic and divided, that's been when Arsenal have gone on one of their worst ever runs. Same with Chelsea this season. Part of why we've been so bad, a factor, is how toxic our fan base has been. Man United over the past few seasons, part of why they've been so bad is how toxic their fan base has been, and that seeps in. So everything is a factor. Like, we can't just bad manager and he's just freaking his way through.
Yeah, guys, see here, there's a chart here from Craig AFC 87, and it says our playing out from the back has been horrendous. See, Latimus Prime talked about something about technical. You know, a manager has to be technical. You have to know the new styles, new formations, how to play, the modern way to play modern football. Miss Melina, are you there?
I'm here, Tony.
Yeah, good. Miss Melina, see, England haven't been playing from the back in a very sonorous way. It hasn't been a cacophony of free-flowing football played from the back. To you, Chelsea Dan, and to Baz, please just keep us in. If he's a gifted manager and a good manager, why haven't England started playing from the back in a very, very good way?
That's very true. But you know what? The only thing I gave criticisms for, well, one of the main things I gave Southgate criticisms for, and yes, maybe this goes back to the Nations League point that Dan had earlier, was I didn't like when he played players out of their respective positions and you're not getting the best out of them. I felt at times he demonstrated naivety by playing players not where they're best suited in terms of potential, especially.
Which players did he play out of position, may I ask?
Prime in the Nations League, I think against Germany we lost, right? He had Saka at left back.
Okay, may I ask? But we need to have context. Why was Saka playing left back? Was that during the period when Luke Shaw was awful? Was that during the period when Luke Shaw was awful for Man United and Ben Chilwell was injured and England had no left back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's context. It's not like now in this.
So basically, he didn't have anything to do. Yeah.
Yeah, he had no choice. It's not like right now Saka's starting at left back. Like, it's not like he had.
Oh my God, that would be
it was
really
only
bad.
something. Yeah, exactly. He only did it because he had no choice. But also that shows how good the squad is. That if needs be, and he has no other choice, Saka can do a job there. But he's not going to do it when Luke Shaw's fit, for example. It's only showing something that can be done. It's a tactical thing, just like like other managers do that as well at club level. I don't see why that is a problem.
Yeah, our manager.
That's a problem. Yeah,
that's true.
Chelsea Dan, would you like to see England playing from the back better?
Pass it along for someone quickly because I'm just sorting the kids out.
Okay. Baz, would you like to see England playing from the back quite well?
I don't think they have the players that can do it.
Facts.
I don't think they do. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Go on, Glasgow Red.
Glasgow Reds.
I totally agree with you, mate. I generally don't think they have the players to play out from the back. I don't think they're capable of doing it. They rely too heavily on the midfield, and it's the back. That back line lets them down, time in, time out. So if you were to try and play out from the back, I think we have a very big mistake on Gareth Southgate's behalf. I think that's where they get found out way too often.
Sorry, can I just add one thing very quickly?
Okay, yeah.
When you look at Harry Maguire, he's done it for Manchester United, and that's consequential. That's dangerous. Yes. That's why I don't think they do have it. That's the only reason why I said that.
Miss Melina, do you think it's because they don't have the personnel to actually play from the back? Because you know what, the midfield is overheated because of they're always looping the ball down to them. If it's being played from the back, the transition will be more easy. It will be more clearer. The play will be more beautiful, and it can transition to a very, very dangerous quarters where from the back it just goes straight up, to the opposition 18-yard box. If you do know how to play from the back, Miss Melina, is it that England doesn't have don't have the gifted players to play from the back, or is it the manager? Like where do your
No, I think
lie
England. I think England do not. It's the former. England don't really have the depth to play from the back.
Wait, the depth to play from
they don't
the back.
really have
Because
the
England
players.
has lots of depth.
They don't really have the players, the quality of players to trust to be trusted to play out from the back. I think that's a better way. That's a better way to put it.
Ladimus, what's your take on that, Ladimus?
I disagree with you guys are saying. I think England are quite fine playing out of the back. Like,
Ladimus,
if you're talking about just this game, I mean, earlier in the first half, Senegal were trying to press you guys. So when you're being pressed, it always makes it difficult to play out. This second half, England. I mean, I've been listening to you guys for the past 5 minutes talk about this. England have been fine. I mean, John Stones just played a brilliant ball out to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side, and he tried playing his way through the Senegal left back, and it didn't really quite work out. But I think England have been fine. Obviously, if you look at previous tournaments, you've been better playing out of the back. But why is a key factor?
I see where you're coming from, Paul. But if this was France,
hold on, Dan. Let me finish. Obviously, having a third centre back. Obviously, having a third centre back gives you an extra option and helps you playing out.
Yeah.
You're talking about France. France just have better players than you guys in terms of centre back option. Like, for example, Saliba doesn't even start for France, and he's better playing out of the back than probably any England centre back you have.
True.
So that just shows England have who started tonight for France? Was it Varane and Upamecano, who are brilliant players?
Yeah.
He's brilliant playing out of the back. Saliba, who have also mentioned, I think England are fine when they play out of the back, to be fair, but if you're comparing it with France, that's a whole different level. Let's just be honest here.
Chelsea,
the one that plays at the back. Sorry, let me just say the one. Okay. The one that actually plays at the back with any kind of conviction, which is really poor, is Harry Maguire.
Are you sure?
That's laughable, right?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, England's best ball playing centre back is John Stones, so I think that's a disrespect to John Stones by saying that. Oh, that's a bad ball.
I didn't mention John Stones in this one though.
And I'm sorry, I do rate John Stones.
Come on, go.
Harry Maguire.
Oh, come on, Foden.
For some reason, Chelsea Dan, you wanted to say something. Can you comment now? You can talk.
The way I've been hearing it, with us at the back, I totally disagree about France being the best team in England, because when we played France, we've actually knocked them out in cup games before, and we've also. Yeah, but I know what you say. I know I'm not trying to say to you, but you're saying about their centre backs for Varane. He's had a bad performance at Man United for the whole season. The last 2 seasons been at Man United, right?
He's been
France today.
Ladimus, please let him talk.
France today, Ladimus. against Poland, I saw how their defense. If that was like Steve said, yeah, when he was watching it, if that was like any other like Netherlands or anything, they would have destroyed their centre backs today and probably scored more goals because Poland's been in a bad performance in the group stages. Lucky got to get to the second round. France deserve to beat them on today's game. But Harry Maguire, right? Yes, he has been with Bass saying, yes, he has been in a bad performance recently, but he's still our main guy who does well at centre back from all competitions. And John Stone is one of the best centre backs in the world, right? And no matter what, he does well for any sort of his ability as a centre back. He has had bad performance for England in the past, but since this group stages, John Stone has been incredible, great. With them two working together as in England's in partnership as the centre backs, this group's they've been great. He hit the ball for John Stone's done for Kyle Walker, and the ball what he did for Jude Bellingham. And when Bellingham went through, did a ball to Foden, there was the second goal for Harry Kane to score the goal for the second goal. But England, with Gareth Southgate, I don't care what anyone says, he ain't a good manager for England. He's not. Okay. Because the thing is with his system, he makes wrong conceded systems and late changes as a sub. So if we was like 1-0 down, in the 70 or 80 minutes, that's when he'll do a sub.
Chelsea Dan, this same manager that's up for criticism by you is beating the African champions 2-0 in the first half of the World Cup.
But they haven't got to say the money. They haven't got they're missing their two best players.
What can this guy do for you guys to throw respect on his name? Does he have to win the World Cup?
Senegal's missing their two best players.
Wait, Dan.
Say the money. If money was playing, mate, they'll whip our defensive part already.
Who else are they missing other than Mane?
Some other guy who plays striker for Senegal. He's injured. He couldn't play this game today.
He's not. Senegal are playing their starting striker. This is Senegal's first team, other than Mane not being there. This is Senegal's first team.
Facts.
Well, there's two. But there's two players missing.
It's not two.
For Senegal.
It's not two. It's one.
I swear there's two because it was said on the Twitter thing they're missing two players.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
they didn't tell
I
think the guys are also around too.
The other guy they're missing, it's probably not a starter then, so it doesn't matter.
3-0! Yes, Saka! Saka just scored!
See?
Oh, Saka! Guys, it's a goal!
Bruno!
It's a goal!
Dan, all this criticism you have of Southgate, and yet he's demolishing the champions of Africa.
And yet he's demolishing...
Give us Senegal, that South African Nation Cup is totally different to a World Cup.
But it's you're demolishing one of the champions of the country.
They played lower Egyptian ranked clubs in the world in the South African.
Again, Dan, don't do that. Don't disrespect Africa for one and two.
No, I'm not respecting Africa. It's a good cup. It's a good cup. It's a good cup. But it's not like they're playing like big clubs like Brazil.
They are. Because hold on, because some of the best players in the world.
That's wrong.
What? It's in the South Nation. Right, Tony, give me a second. Tony, which big clubs in South African nations are there?
Dan, it's not clubs, it's countries. Like some of the best
players in the world. But it's still a club. They're still a club, though, isn't it?
Dan, some of the best countries, some of the best players in the world are African. Mane, Salah, Koulibaly. That's just 3 for 1. I've mentioned.
Chelsea, Dan, what are you saying?
Yeah, that's only 3. But I'm saying to you, but
name more. I can name more.
Wait, Chelsea, Dan. Wait, guys. Latimus, please wait. Chelsea, Dan, are you telling me that Egypt isn't a good team? Are you telling me with your full chest out?
Egypt are not necessarily that good, but you've got Ivory Coast.
No, Egypt ain't that good. If England was good, they'd be in the World Cup, like Senegal.
I clearly disagree with you, and I want you to withdraw that statement.
Hold on, Tony. He doesn't wait. Tony. He doesn't have to. Let me ask a question. So, Dan, what does Southgate have to do? Obviously, like he needs to eventually win a trophy, obviously. But like, aside from that, what else does Southgate need to do to show to you that he's doing a good job?
He's not doing this.
No. But Dan,
we'll see when we play France. We'll see when we play France. We'll see when we play France. And if he beats France, with the team we've got, then he's a good manager. But if he doesn't beat France, he's useless.
Chelsea Dan, if you don't beat Senegal, how would you go and play France?
Tony, it's okay.
But I'm trying to say to you, Tony, the Senegal team are a good team, but they're missing their best man, Manny.
Dan, I've got another question.
They're forcing up front. Manny's their best player.
And I've got another question. Fine. So Senegal are missing Mane, so that's why they're losing 3-0 to England. That's cool. So when England play France, because that's their next game, isn't it? When England play France.
Yeah, against France.
If England beat France, if England beat France, will there be an excuse? Because France are missing one of the best strikers in the world in Karim Benzema. They're missing Paul Pogba. They're missing Kante. They're missing Lucas Hernandez. They're missing Benjamin Pavard. They're missing quality players. France. So if England beat France,
but they still got a good squad out though.
Hold on. Yeah, but so do Senegal today. So that's my question: is if England beat France 2-1, 3-1, whatever, will the excuse be that France are missing their quality players?
Well, some of them, Benzema might be playing.
I agree, man. For some reason.
But we know we ain't gonna beat France, though.
Dan, you keep
but people were saying that England would struggle against Senegal. I even said that England will struggle against Senegal, and England are surprising me by how easy they're demolishing them. My point, and again, I'm not saying you have to rate Southgate to a high level. I'm not saying that.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
But give Southgate a bit of credit. Like he is doing a good job. He's like he needs to be given.
Yeah, but then but if we're talking about the Southgate thing, we should talk about Potter at Chelsea Football Club then, Primes.
No. Hey, Chelsea, no, Chelsea, no. We're not talking about that right now.
Wait, hold on.
No. But there's difference with Arsenal. We're talking about what I'm saying.
What does Potter have to do?
I don't want any big argument here, man.
What does Potter? Wait, Tony. It's cool. Hold on. What does Potter have to do with Gareth Southgate doing a good job at England?
Because people are saying about Potter about they want him at Chelsea Football Club, but Southgate, right, it's doing exactly the same thing at England. What Potter does at Chelsea Football Club?
For one, he's not, and two, we can have the Potter discussion after the World Cup. But as of right now, just focus on what's going on with England, and that Southgate is doing a good job.
I don't think he is, mate.
Okay, cool.
It's the players are doing it, not him.
But your opinion
He's the one coaching the players.
But hold on. Sorry, Melina. But your opinion. Wait, Tony. Hold on. Dan. Your opinion does not negate the actual fact of the matter. Southgate is doing a good job with England. Like again, I'll use this example. I still Tony knows we've had this conversation. I still don't rate Arteta highly. However, my opinion does not negate the fact of Arteta is currently doing a good job at Arsenal. Like your opinion doesn't mean anything if you can't back it up with a fact. And the fact of the matter is he's doing a good job. So give him the little bit of credit he deserves.
Chelsea down for some reason, man. I buy.
But Tony, you can say that. But did he do a good job against Hungary? Did he do it against when we lost them 5 games? Incredible record at England, the worstest losses we've done in the Six Nations. I don't care anyone says they don't care about the Six Nations. Italy even battered us on that day and tried their best.
Chelsea Dan, the noise coming from your place. It's too much. The noise coming from your place, Chelsea.
Dan, by that logic, did he do a good job when he battered Germany? Did he do a good job when he's battering the champions of Africa? Did he do a good job when he battered Iran?
But we didn't batter Germany.
You did batter Germany. You did.
We drew with them.
You didn't.
3-3.
You beat in the Euros.
We did play Germany in Euros.
You did. Yes, you did. In the knockout in the knockout round, you beat Germany.
Yeah, we did it. We did, Dan. We beat them in the Euros. Don't you remember? We beat them.
Was it? Yeah, in the round of 16.
Revenge in the round of 16.
Yeah, exactly. When I remember that because everyone was saying that this is the stage. If Southgate can beat Germany, maybe maybe England can go on a run. And you beat Germany convincingly, and then everyone was saying,
went on a run.
So again, I get it. You don't rate Southgate. I know I'm saying you should, but don't let your bias cloud. Don't let your bias cloud away from the fact of he's doing a good job currently, and he needs to be giving like you mentioned Potter. So I'll say this for any Chelsea fan that doesn't rate Potter. If Potter does well, he needs to be given that credit. I'm gonna say the same thing with Arsenal. There's some people who don't rate there's some people who don't rate Arteta who are Arsenal fans. But when Arteta continues to do well, eventually he's gonna need.
Okay, we did beat Germany in the Euros, but we beat them 2-1. It's not like we smashed them. We beat them 2-1.
Oh, Chelsea, Dan, why are you doing this?
We beat them 2-1.
Dan, you watched that game. 2-1. And I watched that game. You played them off the park. You outclassed Germany.
Sorry, Chelsea Dan. So any win, you have to contest the win. Even if it was a home goal, you contest the win.
But look at Germany now. They're not in the next round in the World Cup, Tony.
Because you did this against Arsenal. When we scored a goal against you guys, you called
said
it
it was
a lucky scrappy goal.
Yeah.
He said it was a scrappy goal.
Yeah.
It was a scrappy goal from a corner. It was a scrappy goal, though. You Arsenal knew what they were doing, and they sat on the bench for 20 minutes, drinking their drink for so many long because they couldn't counter-attack us, and they couldn't get past us. And then after that, you get a corner and you go score. Obvious, mate.
What are we talking about now?
When we're talking with Chelsea, Dan, it's out of space kind of.
Chelsea. Are you talking about when Arsenal beat us?
Yeah.
It was a scrappy goal, and stuff like that.
Game. I remember that game. I mean, if you're talking in terms of the goal,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, man. Yeah.
I remember that game. If we're talking about in terms of the goal, then
fuck's sake.
If you're talking about in terms of the hold on. When we played Arsenal, if you're talking about, but that goal was coming. Arsenal should have been 2-0 up before they scored that goal anyway. So the goal was coming and the loss was coming. So I don't get why you can say that it's scrappy or whatever. Like sometimes you can't fight things. Just give credit where it's due. It's much easier than trying to find excuses.
Facts.
Good. Facts. See, Miss Melina, please come in. You know what, Miss Melina, something happened just, I think, a day ago or so. It's this issue of Gabriel Jesus.
Oh, why did you
the
have to
Arsenal
ruin?
striker.
Why did you have
It's
to
a big
ruin
one.
my?
That's why I brought Latimer.
I'm Martinelli.
But you know what, guys? I want you guys to allow Miss Melina finish her statement because she has to give a preamble for this. Miss Melina, Gabriel Jesus injury. See, in the news, they're all saying it's 3 months, but see, I've talked to some people and they're genuinely telling me it's more than, at least it's up to 5 months, to be very sincere with you. That's what they've told me. This guy's going to be out. Miss Melina, take us through a blueprint that you think the club should have for this. Are we ready for it? Is this title collapse? Let us know, because after this, we're going to go to Latimer, who will give us his own preamble. We're going to go to Chelsea Dan, of course, who would blab about lots of things.
Look how shameless
and we'll go to
this
Baz, my
Liverpool fan
friend,
is.
to tell us what
John,
he thinks.
I can't
Miss
believe your
Melina,
shamelessness.
please give us your preamble.
I can't believe the shamelessness on this panel right now, celebrating injuries to players. This is embarrassing.
I'm not.
That's what I told you. That's what I told you. Guys, wait.
You Arsenal fans slated us about the injuries. Now you're getting them. You've got things coming.
I'm not celebrating no injury. I'm celebrating the collapse of Arsenal and their so-called title challenge. That's what I celebrate.
The wheels are falling, Arsenal now.
Well, hold on.
Hey,
I haven't said
hold
anything
on,
for the last 5 minutes.
Miss Melina, hey guys, wait. Miss Melina is to talk, please. No
Wait,
one
I
should
think Baz
disrupt
wants
her.
to. I think Baz wants to add something, so he can go first, and then I'll go after.
Yeah, no. I was just saying that I wasn't celebrating anything about Arsenal's injury.
But
I was looking at my laptop.
John explained it's more so title collapse. But it's, you know what, Tony, I'll start with my analysis and then we'll go from there. Tony, first off, I think all this whole meltdown and division in the fan base, again, they waited for one moment to slander Arteta and Edu for whether it's, apparently they're responsible for Gabriel Jesus getting injured when injuries are inevitable to every team, right? The world's greatest players can get injured and it's inevitable, right? Of course.
Facts. Van Dijk.
In that sense, it can happen to anyone, right? And also, he was in a world tournament. So Arteta and Edu are not liable for a player who's gone to a big world stage. How do they have liability or control over their player in a whole different country where they're not managing under his wing, right? Okay, we'll start with that first. Second thing is this whole meltdown on social media. I'm seeing, oh my God, Tony, yesterday I saw shouts for Alvaro Morata. Are you kidding me? Alvaro Morata. It's like Lacazette has everything, but
Manny was asking for that actually, but yeah. Continue.
Oh my God, no. I get it. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. That's how the saying goes. But we are not in a state of despair just yet. The other thing is, by the way, today Jesus and his family flew back over to London. So he is still pending a full assessment of the extent of his injury as well as the progressive recovery process. And so it could be 3 weeks, it could be just 2 games, or it could be 3 to 5 months or longer. So we're still, unaware of a proper diagnosis. However, Twitter has gone into a meltdown, and all of a sudden, everybody on Twitter and their dog is physiotherapy for Arsenal Football Club and thinks they know what they're doing best. That's my second point. The third point is, we pay Eddie Nketiah $100K a week. Now, I'm not saying he's my favorite player, but I am going to back this player and give him a chance because he's on our wage book. He is our player. And as long as any player is wearing the Arsenal shirt, I will give them my 110% support when they're on that team sheet, when they're playing on the pitch. I will give them my support. I will cheer them on, and I will hope they're able to perform. So, Eddie Nketiah, you better damn well answer the phone when Gabriel Jesus is calling you to perform on the big stage. Now, the other point I want to make clear is people are making a meltdown saying Eddie Nketiah is awful. His first touch is poor. I understand. I've seen it myself live in my own eyes at times, okay? But I do want to say one clear fact here. Eddie Nketiah in that Europa League run didn't necessarily have the certain first team players who have developed and become stronger with the years experience they've had under their belts and the minutes they've had under their belts. Now Eddie Nketiah has a stronger team of youngsters to work with and leaders on the pitch like Xhaka, whether you like him or not, leaders on the pitch like Thomas Partey, Odegaard, our captain, who can guide him and help carry the weight of what he has to perform. And I'm not saying he's going to be anywhere near the level of my strike force, Gabriel Jesus, number 9, right? But, with the January window coming up soon, personally, I don't see Arsenal buying a number 9 again. We're paying Eddie Nketiah $100K a week. I don't see Arsenal paying someone like even Tony, like Victor Osimhen, like Vlahovic to come and play second fiddle. These players won't want to play second fiddle. Now, when you're thinking of a loan deal, a 6-month loan deal, this is something Arsenal loves to do. And when you're thinking of a January window, Napoli are not idiots to get rid of their top striker. Ronaldo, we've had these discussions many times, Sony. Whether Ronaldo is the working solution or not, I am not sure. But at the moment, I think we wait and see the full extent of Jesus' injury before you press the panic button. Our fan base, 24 hours, went into a meltdown, acting like Arsenal physiotherapy stuff thinking, oh, he's out for 3 to 5 months. Our season's over. I saw people giving congratulations to Man City. Are you effing kidding me? Congratulations to Man City. They didn't
Miss
do
Melly,
shit.
that's the hate. That's the hate. I see these guys because when I tell people like Latimer says, "Hey, there's nothing. You don't need to get the respect of these people." You know, it's Latimer. This is what we see. This is what we see. They've given the trophy to Man City already.
Why are you naming?
But
Why are you
I'll come to you,
naming?
Latimus. I'll come to you. I'll come to you, Latimus. Let Miss Mel finish.
Tony, one second.
Come to you.
It was actually people in my own fan base. I had a friend spam message me on Twitter, tagging me in every single post to the point where I had to tell him, stop tagging me. I don't want your negativity around me. I don't care. You know, he's trying to say, oh, Edu's gonna flop. Edu's not. The window hasn't even opened yet, and you're already having a meltdown.
Facts.
It's not even January 1st, and you're already having a meltdown. Oh, congratulations, Man City. Here's your title.
Well, that's his name.
Oh my God.
That's some damn shame.
That thing hits me different. When other clubs give the trophy to Man City, and I here cannot say that Arsenal will win the trophy. That thing gets to me. It hits me hard. You know, because already they've already started giving. That's what I'm seeing on Twitter. They've already started congratulating Man City fan base that they've won the title already, just because Gabriel Jesus got an injury. So okay, good, Miss Melina. Thank you. I'll still come back to you. Glasgow Red Charts. What do you want to say? You will have your say. Latimus is waiting. Bash is waiting.
Harry Kane is down injured. Yellow card and Harry Kane's injured.
No, nobody's saying he can't win the league. That's not what we are saying.
Oh my God, Koulibaly just shoved Kane.
What we are saying is for the last 15, 20 years, we have not seen anything from Arsenal to say to us that Arsenal can sustain a title race. We're probably the best, I would say, arguably the best team that we have ever seen in the Premier League history. There's been no evidence or proof to suggest that Arsenal can keep up this kind of form. Then the worry is if Jesus is out for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever that may be, it may only be 2 games. We don't know. That's the thing. We haven't got a clue how long this guy is out for. And I hope he does get a speedy recovery. I don't want to see anybody injured. It happened just when we had Van Dijk out for the season. You don't want these things in football. You really don't. But you need to be able to prove to people. And if it gets to like March and Arsenal's still up there, then yes, fair enough. I will hope and pray Arsenal win the league because I do not want to see Man City run away with this title. I don't want to see it happening. But do not turn around and say that you're going to win the league this season. You can't say that. It's too early.
Yeah. See,
Facts, John. Facts.
Baz, please come in because after you, Latimus will give us his own preamble. Of course, that's why I brought him in. Let's see, Baz, take us through what you think. Of course, you heard Miss Melina and what she said. See, take a cue from that. What do you think? Gabriel Jesus is injured. Whether we like it or not, let's just give it out. 3 months. Good and okay. What do you think Arsenal should start doing? You know what? Yeah, I posted something on my Instagram. Nottingham Forest have already started making signings. Already. They started already. Quick. In the action already. They brought in Gustavo Scarap, from wherever he is, but I know he's Brazilian. And they brought him to the Premiership. Palmeiras, right? Good. And he's in the Premier League already. Quick. Tap, boom. That's how they make a transfer. It's easy. See, Baz, and of course, thank God you were in this channel when I was raising a case for Cristiano Ronaldo to come into the club. Every Arsenal fan were on my neck, including my very close associate, Miss Melina. They were on my neck. They didn't want to listen to that offer for some personal reasons or some personal bias they have with this guy. Like even some people even said I'm a fake fan, like I'm a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, while I was really thinking for the best thing for the club. Right now, and this is it. This is what Arsenal does best. We like to learn from issues like this. It's when these things get to our neck and presses us on it, we don't listen. So right now, everyone is on meltdown. Everyone is on Twitter. They're on meltdown. Chelsea fans are laughing at us. Manchester City fans, they're having a good laugh. Trust me. Liverpool are wanking to it right now. See,
Nah,
you're a
Tony,
Liverpool fan.
you're going
You're a
too
Liverpool
far here
fan.
now. You're going too
You're a
far.
Liverpool fan. You're a
Right.
Liverpool fan,
Far from it.
Baz. What do you
Right.
think? Give her
Yeah,
decision.
right. Okay.
What do you
First
think
of
we
all,
can do?
I'm definitely not wanking over it, yeah? Because at
Thank
the end
you,
of the
boss.
day, what's that, John?
Thank you, boss. We don't do shit like that.
Thank you, Baz. Tell him, man. Tell him.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, the season started what 15 games ago, however many games we've played already. All right, every team has a start from 0 points. Yeah, Arsenal sitting top of the league at the moment. Yeah, through playing well, playing good football. You know what I mean? Looks like things have clicked. Yeah. What I'm going to say, two things with that, yeah, is hopefully, one of them is just hopefully Jesus gets back, playing better and stuff like that. He gets back to full fitness. But what I will say, okay, is every season you've got to start. You've got pre-season, you've got the season, the ending of the season to do your business. Yeah, Arsenal have done their business so far. They bought in Jesus, they bought Zinchenko, they bought, Saliba's been brilliant for them and stuff like that. Yeah, because I think he was on loan, wasn't he, at one stage, and he's back now. So you guys have done really well. I always believe if you're going to win anything, you need a good squad because injuries are part of parcel. Yeah. But at the same time, you can appreciate, you have to find the right player for the profile of your club. You can't just go into January transfer window or summer and just buy numbers. Nottingham Forest have done that with 25 players or 24, whatever it is. That is not the way forward. Yes, they're putting in money, but it doesn't necessarily mean you've got 25 players. How the hell are you going to build a team like that?
Would you agree in saying that was a very big mistake? The victory went out and bought a full new team, a full new squad.
But okay, I'm not going to be talking about Nottingham Forest, but my views are you can't.
I expect wisely and no Baz. And I expect wisely Nottingham Forest.
So the thing is, all right, how I see it, okay, you need the right profile, you need the right players for the club. You can't just go in January and just buy whatever. For example, what you were saying about Cristiano Ronaldo. If he's the right profile and he's not and Arsenal can make that happen, they will make it happen. If they don't feel it's appropriate, they won't do it. Yeah, Arteta's got a good team there. All right, Arteta has got a good team there. Now the thing is, all right, you've had obviously a couple of players previously on big wages. Okay, now what I'm not saying for 1 minute, so let's not get it twisted that Ronaldo, if he came into your club, he won't bag goals. He could possibly bag goals. You know what I mean? But is that a player that Arsenal need at this moment? Because when you look at Arteta, he's a manager with harmony. Yeah, he's built a brilliant squad together. You don't know if his ego is going to be too much. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. But what I would say, okay, is every season you've got to have the squad because if you do pick up injuries in important areas, you know what I mean, then it can potentially derail your club. Potentially. However, Nketiah might come in and just, play well until Jesus comes back. We don't know for sure how long Jesus is out for. Right now, it's the World Cup, so people are just going to speculate on it, and people are going to come out on social media. People are not following the World Cup are going to say, "Oh, Arsenal are finished now. Man City are going to win it." My thing to do with the Arsenal and the Man City, because those are the only two, in my opinion, that could win it this season. Is who's got the nerve to carry on, and we'll see. I guess we'll see in time who's going to win. Man City have got a slight advantage, and that's because they've done it over the years. However, Arsenal are still on top. If Arsenal just keep winning, if they keep winning, they'll win the title. It's as simple as that. And they will, when they do find the right player, I'm pretty sure Arsenal will sign them because they've been this is the first time in many years that they've been up there. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure they're going to back him because they're very close. They're very close.
Yeah. Baz, thanks for that. You see, before I come to Latimus and go to Chelsea Dan and of course Thomas Yosabia, Miss Melina, I just want to ask you this again. In light of this injury right now,
I know what you're going to ask.
Is your eyes open now? do you think you want a Cristiano Ronaldo right now from December, free agent,
Why
no
not?
amount of money to be paid? We're
Why not?
playing from December. Do
You
you
pay
think
his
he's a
wages.
better player to have in there than an
Take
Eddie
him,
Nketiah?
Miss Millie. Take him.
Chelsea Dan, wait. Miss Melina, who would you like to see lining up against these big teams when we come back from the World Cup? At least after December 17th. Would you want to see an Eddie Nketiah line up in the first 11 coming out to play Premier League games? Or would you love to see a Cristiano Ronaldo from this December? He's free, absolutely free. Would you take him right
He's
now
free. You don't
at
have to pay
Arsenal
nothing.
Football Club?
Tony, you
Miss
sound
You
like
don't
Melina,
get paid
over
in
to you.
January.
Tony, you sound
Over
like
to
those
you, Miss
people.
Melina.
Tony, you sound like those people who call my house early morning saying, "Would you like a free trial of this subscription?" But anyway, getting to the
I'm
point.
sorry putting you on the spot, but I have
The
to.
only
I have
no,
to.
it's okay. I have an answer ready already.
You just been spoke, Tony.
With regards to Ronaldo, I would take him only under the condition of a 6-month loan and get him out of here. His attitude stinks, and I think he'd really stink up our dressing room. But for 6 months, Arteta has dealt with big personalities. Xhaka is a big personality. Aubameyang is a big personality. So you can't say a good manager. It would be a big test, and I think Arteta can handle it. Now, the other option I have, this might shock you, but this is just an option and something we might want to look at. I understand this player is aging and old. However, he can also play as a winger and as a center forward, and it's no other than Ivory Coast's Wilfred Zaha. He's 30 years
Mm,
old. I know age is a concern.
mm,
He's always worked for Arsenal and vice versa.
yeah.
But I think he's someone who we could use, and he could play anywhere down that forward line. Even Tony, another name I'd take in a heartbeat. However, due to the betting scandal going on, I don't think that would be an option. But I don't agree with the shouts to play Martinelli false nine or to play Martinelli as a center forward. I think that puts way too much pressure on Martinelli, and it might push us. It might be like taking one step forward and 11 backwards at times. I don't think that's the answer. I don't think playing people as a false nine or putting Martinelli as a lone center forward, I don't think it's the answer. The other thing, I do go back to what I said earlier, Tony, is I am backing Nketiah to answer that phone and show me he is worthy of playing for the Arsenal badge after getting that new contract. I want Eddie Nketiah to step up. Now, I do want to give a shout out, Tony, if I can, please. Ola, my
Please
brother,
do.
my Nigerian brother. Ola, I hope you're well. Nice to see you in the chat, and thank you for coming around, showing Tony your support on here. And he does a great boxing channel as well, Tony. I think you know him, so shout out to
Yeah.
Ola.
Yeah. Guys, just before I go to Latimus Prime and Chelsea Dan, and of course, Thomas Sabia, and of course, Glasgow Red Charts will add to that. I just want to go to the chart here with Onome Soja. He says, "You lot will be surprised. Told you on Tony's show, Southgate will walk after this tournament, always wanting change. The grass might be greener on the other side, but the water bill is also very high." Exactly. Guys, you guys should know Onome Soje. Onome Soje is a Manchester City fan. And of course, after the break, after this World Cup, he'll be joining me on a separate show we'll be having for Man City. So, you guys just have that in mind because I have a Manchester City fan who will be doing, some couple of shows with me down here. See, Latimus Prime, we've been waiting for you. Latimus, are you there?
Yep.
Yep, Latimus. Slag us out now. Like, just slag us. I don't
I'm
want to
not.
ask the question. Just
No,
slag us
I'm not.
because you've been
No,
saying
I'm
this
not.
all season. I've been the one talking tough and boasting about this, but finally, injury have taken out Gabriel Jesus. Just slag us. I don't have
No,
anything to say. Give your preamble to that. Gabriel
no, I'm not
Jesus
slagging.
injured.
I'm not.
What
I
do you
don't know
think?
which fans you're saying. I don't know what fans you're saying is like laughing and stuff like that. I'm not. I've got nothing to laugh about. What is the question specifically you want to ask so I can know what to answer?
Yes, it's about Gabriel Jesus. Of course, he's injured. What do you think about this? Do you think it's Arsenal title challenge on the verge of a big collapse, of a colossal collapse, if you want to say? I don't know if you ever believed that Arsenal was in a title challenge, but do you think this is downhill from here? And if Arsenal is to paper crack it, what do you think we should do?
I always knew you guys weren't in the title race anyway. Because I always talked about you won't be able to consistently keep up with Man City. You don't have the squad depth. And yeah, it shows. Not even just with this Jesus injury. As soon when you guys played PSV and you lost 2-1, you kind of saw the light a little bit, and you were complaining about the squad depth not being good enough. So, yeah, if the question is Arsenal title challenge, which is a ridiculous one. If the question is Arsenal title challenge, then yes, obviously this Jesus injury will have an impact because, okay, obviously we don't know how long he's out for, but if the rumored reports are to be true and he's out for 3, 4, 5 months, that equates to basically he's out for the rest of the season, more or less. And that will be a hindrance because Nketiah is not good enough to be your main 9. You guys have saw that last season and in previous parts, in spells in previous seasons beforehand. People talk about Martinelli being a 9. The way Martinelli plays, he doesn't look like he's a 9. He looks like he's better off the left as an inside forward. I think him playing as a 9, that might have an effect and hindrance to his game. But who knows? You have Smith Rowe coming back. I don't rate him, but in your system, maybe he could work. You're also linked with this guy, Mudryk, the Russian guy. I've never seen him. I have no idea what his like or anything. So,
he's a good player.
I don't know what he's like or anything. So maybe that'll be a good signing. Maybe it won't be. But I just think if like in terms of title challenge, it's done. Well, it never really existed. But in terms of top 4, you guys are going to be fine. I mean, it's only a third of the season we've played, but you guys will be fine in terms of top 4. You'll still finish. Worst case scenario, probably you guys drop and maybe you finish 3rd, but you guys should still finish like 2nd. Should still finish top 4. It's not going to be a problem. The fans that are laughing, they're not laughing at the injury. Or at least I don't believe any real fan would laugh at a player being injured.
No.
Trust me, they're laughing. Trust me, they're laughing.
Not.
Miss Melina, of course,
who's laughing? Who's laughing?
They're all laughing. They're all taking the piss on Twitter. No,
it's only Arsenal fans themselves laughing about it.
It's not hearsay. It's on Twitter. Just go to Twitter and see it.
Tony, can I finish?
Why listen to Twitter? Why listen to Twitter people? They're all they're all funny guys on there anyway.
Into context what people are saying, of course.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
I don't believe. At least I haven't seen anyone laughing at the injury. If anyone does laugh at a player being injured, whether it's a rival or whoever, I think that's despicable. No one should laugh at a player being injured. However, I think from what stuff I've seen, I think what people are laughing at is they are laughing at the ridiculous Arsenal fans that believed not just that they were in a title race, but they thought that an injury would not hurt them this season and hinder them from winning the title. That's why people are laughing at, I think, the likes of you, Tony, who pretended as if you guys wouldn't get an injury and kept saying, well, if City get an injury to Haaland, they're finished. What if Ruben Diaz gets an injury? What if this and that? But in the same breath, I remember doing a stream with you and saying, well, if Jesus gets an injury, is that not that same logic of what happens to you guys?
Yeah, I agree. That's what I said. Just slag me off. I know. Yeah.
I'm not. I've got nothing to slag you guys off about because I never believed you guys were in a title race anyway. I've said this to you guys on stream. I said this maybe last week when I did a stream with you. I'm not gonna change my stance and automatically say you guys are in a title race because I don't believe it. Because it wouldn't be fair to me to lure you into a trap and saying you're in a title race just for you guys to quote unquote bottle it and then me laugh at you. That's not fair banter. At least that's not how I do my banter anyway. That's not fair. That's not because if someone did that to me, I wouldn't find that fair either. So I just find that as just being dumb. So I have nothing to laugh about. But if you guys don't get top 4 from here, which I think is nar on implausible, you guys will get top 4. But if you guys don't get top 4 from here, blaming it on a Jesus injury, that is something I will laugh at. However, again, that's not going to happen. You guys will get top 4.
Miss Melina.
Don't take what I'm saying out of context. You guys will get top 4. That's not going to happen. But again, the people who are laughing, they're not laughing at the injury. They're laughing at the context of things, because people like you weren't listening when people were talking about this 2-3 months ago. Well, at least that's my opinion of what people are laughing at. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can ask my Liverpool brother to the side of me. Maybe I've got things misinterpreted or whatever. But at least
100%. Everything you said there is 100%. I would never laugh
cool.
injured.
Cool.
Like I said, it happened to us when Van Dijk get injured.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Why would Liverpool fans laugh at anyone?
Because I've seen people in people in group chats and stuff. I've spoken about other fans. I've seen other fans in other group chats and stuff who are laughing, not at the injury, because again that's despicable, but they're laughing at the context of things, and they're laughing at Arsenal fans who weren't listening when we were warning them about this months ago. But again, it is what it is. Again, you guys, Arsenal have surprised everyone this season, so maybe you guys will continue to surprise us, and you continue to pick up points with Eddie and get you off top. So who actually knows? Be positive. Arsenal fans who want to and play victim and make things all negative again. Don't do that. Hold on. Don't do that, because actually maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but me being a neutral, keep your positivity, because this has carried you so far during the season up till now that who knows what I can continue to carry you to do. If you guys continue to be negative or start being negative, that seeps into your dressing room. Who knows? You guys could bottle top 4. Like, it could be a strong possibility, because we know what Arsenal is like when the whole mood and the whole camp is completely toxic. Don't let that seep in again.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of us see Miss
But
Melina.
whatever, no one wants to listen to me anyway. It's cool. It is what it is. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm sure. Miss Melina, you wanted to say something about what Latimer's Prime just said.
Yeah, so a lot of the points he made is very true, but I want to contradict, or sorry, more like add context to, because context is very important, especially when you're making statements based on what I've seen. I speak for myself on what I've seen from friends. I had people who are Ghanaian or supporters of Ghana in the World Cup saying people wanted Partey to come back home without an injury, only for Gabriel Jesus to get injured. It's laughable. And then sending laughing emojis. And they're Arsenal fans, mind you. And, it's like tick for tat. What is that going to do? That's just going to divide us. And we're back to 2 seasons ago when we couldn't go on a panel without people crucifying me, people like me and Tony.
Wait, who said that? Sorry, who said that?
I've had a couple of people on my Twitter, and I had to block. I went on a blocking spree today.
No, but who said it? Like, what fan base?
My own fan base. My own
Arsenal fan base.
That's just dumb. Like, Melina, that goes back to what I'm like. Again, what I'm about to say. Again, I'm a Chelsea fan, so obviously I want you guys to be in disarray. But me being a neutral, like, Arsenal fans saying stuff like that doesn't help anything, because if your season, because if your fan base gets divided and you become toxic and your season turns out being bad, we know what Arsenal's like. A couple of bad results turns into a terrible run of form, and all of a sudden things fall apart. You guys don't need that. Yeah.
Can also just say no teams ever won a league without an injury.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, man, this is coming at a very bad time. Miss Melina, you wanted to complete what you were saying, because we have to go to Chelsea Dan, who's waiting to slag us off here.
Did you add Bargav? Bargav was waiting backstage, so
Bargav wasn't here. Immediately you said that, I checked it. It was only Andrew Bell that I saw.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he must have left, but it's okay. Anyway, the other point I wanted to say was, it's okay, Prime. Don't worry about it. I've done that before many times on here. Don't worry about it. The other point I wanted to say was, I think being overreactionary, I get it. People have PTSD, and I understand, because last season, because of injuries to Thomas Partey and our left back Kieran Tierney, we not signing reinforcements in January, we bottled top 4. That's good and truly what happened. We couldn't. We got beat at Newcastle. We got beat by Tottenham Hotspur. Mind you, we haven't won there in a while now. But we got really outclassed near the end of the season. We even lost to Brighton, man.
I don't even think. I'll be honest. Sorry, I'll be honest. I don't think the 2 injuries is why Arsenal didn't make top 4.
We also didn't sign reinforcements in January. We needed
No,
extra coverage, and we didn't.
yeah,
We didn't
but
have.
even from that, in the second half of the season, you guys were still comfortably in top four and in a position to make it. I think what happened was after you lost to Spurs, their fan base switched. You guys
Yeah.
became toxic again, and then that seeped into your dressing room, and your players just dropped.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. And if you guys don't want it to happen again, to that somewhat sort of level, Arsenal fans just keep the positivity. I know it might be a bit hard to do, but like it's something you need to. We know what players are like in this modern day. They don't have mentality of their own. They feel.
Haven't Arsenal shown already that they're stronger already?
You guys need to remain
Miss Melina, please finish up. Please.
No, Tony, I'll wrap up what I'm saying, but I do want to say this one point because someone messaged me today saying I don't trust Edu and Arteta because of the past. You know, the past where Arteta was never given a proper window. It was just this window, the summer window, where he was given the window to sign his own players and to make his own team, and he was trusted with his own players. Keep in mind, Edu wanted Emerson Royale. Thank God. Arteta said, no, we want someone else, and we got whoever Arteta wanted. I trust Arteta wholeheartedly. I trust my gaffer. If we're making that signing for a number 9, whether it's a loan deal or whether it's a permanent signing, whoever wants to play second fiddle, I trust my gaffer. But one thing I do want to say, Tony, is there's a lot of criticism going on saying Arteta and Edu knew our squad was thin, that knew injuries could happen. You know what? People wouldn't be talking about this if this injury never happened. People wouldn't be moaning and complaining if this injury never happened. We're in first, number 1 in the league, close to the business half of the season because of this recruitment, because of the good work they did in the summer. And no one wants to give this board their cigars or their flowers, so to speak, when they've led us to this position because of the players we signed in the summer, because of players they didn't want to back, like Matt Turner, for being American and not English tax. You know, some of the fans were like that in our fan base. And I know this is a whole different discussion, but Tony, I'm sick of seeing on my timeline people having a meltdown before the window even opens, before Jesus even has a full assessment of his injury, yet to be completed, by the way.
Yeah, I totally get you. See, you know what? I will give Chelsea Dan his chance to slag me off. Chelsea Dan, over to you. Let it start. I know. You've been biting your fingers to do this to me, but you have your shot to do it. So take your best shot.
Well, what can I say? What can I say about Arsenal? Your wheels are falling off. Soon you signed Gabriel Jesus and Lamanco, you thought you was going to win the Premier League with them because they won the Premier League with Man City. And soon you had signed Jesus, we're winning the Premier League with them because they're Champions League, they're Premier League winners. But I don't think you're winning it. Your team, you've got me and Toby was talking about this after the show. Yeah. Now Jesus is out of your thing. He ain't really done well for you. He hasn't scored no goals for you the last couple of games. He ain't your main top striker, so you don't need to worry about him. Nikita, God help me, if you play him, mate, that's it. Your walls are falling off because you've got. If you look at it after Christmas, you've got some really tough games coming up, and I know you ain't got Gabriel Jesus there. You're dead in the line, and I don't think you're going to win the Premier League this season. You're just not good enough. And all these Arsenal fans on Twitter, Miss Melina, I've been on their Twitter places, and I had to laugh at them. Not because they laughed about Gabriel Jesus being injured, but laughing about you're going to be top number 1 and you're going to win the Premier League.
Anyways, Tony, I thought this was
if you could beat Man City twice, then you've got a chance to win the Premier League. But if you don't, your wheels are falling off. Just don't listen to anyone on Twitter. Everyone calls Chelsea the banter of the week. We're European winners, but we ain't banter. We say it to Arsenal. You're the biggest banter because you ain't won nothing since your prime with Thierry Henry. and you ain't done nothing. But this season, you're doing well. You've only 14 games in with top number 1 with 5 points. If you could beat Tottenham at their ground, I don't see it happening, because when you play at their ground, you always struggle. You always get battered by them at Tottenham Hotspur's ground. You've got West Ham coming up, and they're not easy to play against. You've got Brighton to play. They're not easy to play against. And you've got Newcastle United. And the way the Newcastle United have been playing, I think they'll turf you up. They ain't got Gabriel Jesus. Sorry. I'm laughing at the fan base that you're going to win the Premier League, because it's not going to happen. You're not good enough to win the Premier League.
Okay, Chelsea Dan, listen now. So with this Gabriel Jesus injury out for 3 months, or even
Martinelli might be injured enough.
Someone close to me told me, that's close to the club, told me that it might be up to 5 months. That what he was here.
It's true facts. I've read that.
That's what he told me this morning. But you know what? Let's leave it at that. See, do you think it's top 4 over? League winners over for Arsenal? Do you think that conversation is dead and buried with this injury right now?
No, I don't think you are. But in the kind of way, Tony, there's rumours that Martinelli from Brazil might be injured with his right foot from when he's done training. He might not be playing on Wednesday's game, because apparently in training he's knocked something on his foot. But we don't know anything about the thing, because Neymar might be back for it. But I'm not being funny. I think you might, if you could try for his top 4. But Marco Arteta, he's the kind of manager who likes to slap. And when he slacks, like what he did last season, that's when you drop. And Marco Arteta, I don't think he's the kind of manager for your club to win the Premier League, and it won't ever happen. If I was talking about it to Tommy, if Poshi or anything like Carlo Ancelotti was in your club, then you will probably have 100% choice to win the Premier League this season to cover with Man City. But you won't. Man City is too good for you. Okay, you ain't like the Liverpool, who did it last season to carry on with Man City, and I don't think you could do that this season.
Chelsea Dan, good and okay. Tommy C, are you there? Tommy C, are you there? Good and okay.
Yeah,
Bagav, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, Bagav, please, you would just have to wait, because Andrew Bell was here before you. Lee was here before you. Tommy C, I will come to you. Bagav, please, just hang on, please. Let these guys just finish, because I want to ask them this simple question that everyone have already answered already, including my very, very good friend, Baz, Melina, and of course, Latimus Prime, who was also here too, with us. See, Tommy C, you're an Arsenal fan. That's why I'm asking you this right now. Is title challenge over with Gabriel Jesus' injury? Is it game over? Because Newcastle are waiting to come take over that position from us. They're waiting with a gun pointed to our heads right now. Of course, all these strikers are all in form, red hot, ready to win every game, to put us in the gutters right now. Man City fans are already having a very, very good laugh. Some might even have a good wank at it. But you know what? Is this game over for Arsenal?
No, man, it's not. It's still got a long way to go. I don't think it's game over, innit? But like I said, these salty fans just waiting for us to drop off again to finish what?
Exactly.
5th again, really. And you know what? Yeah, personally, you know what? Yeah, I remember I said to Iga, I said second. I'll take second and Europa League. I still stand by that anyway. Second and Europa League. If we don't win the league, I'll be gutted. But it's like I said, it's not the end of the world. Personally, I think we'll probably win it next season when we strengthen again. I think we'll win it next season. But if we don't win it, it's not the end of the world. But like I said, no disrespect to Eddie Nketiah. He's just not it for me. Doesn't press enough. He doesn't hold up the ball. He fluffs his lines every single time I see this guy. He doesn't deliver for me. It's just not enough. He's 23.
It's not good. It's not good enough. I totally understand that. It's what me and Miss Melina were talking about. But of course, we'll give him our support when he plays. That's what we Arsenal fans should do. We should definitely support him, right?
if he puts in the if he puts in the business, yeah, I'll obviously back him. But he's not it. Like I want a top striker. I want an Osimhen, but that's not gonna happen. I want Tony. It's not gonna happen.
But see, Tommy, this guy is receiving 100,000 quid every week. He's one of the richest youths out there. Why can't we call on him to be able to come in and score goals for us that we need at least for December?
There's something going from
Who's that down to though? Who's that down to?
100k quid. I'm talking of Edin Ketia.
Yeah, but who's that down
what
to?
Miss Melina was saying.
He's not going to get us 15 goals. Quid. He's not going to get us 15. He's just not that guy. We need someone that can get us 15.
Did he not help us at the end of last season when you had an injury that season?
He did. He carried us.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people have been a little bit harsh on Eddie Nketiah. Yeah. I agree, he's no Jesus.
Andy Bell, I'll come to you. Tommy, instead of us shouting like this, let me just ask you this. Right now, would you put your money where your mouth is? Will you put your pride aside? Your ego, will you put it aside? Will you bring in I see Ronaldo and say, "Hey man,
no.
I'm sorry for talking smack over you. Please,
he's on follow now.
Will you put your pride beside you? Will you take your pride away, Thomas Sabia?
No,
I put everything you've said against this guy away and just say, you know what, Ronaldo? I'll take you this December. Come for free. Come and help us. Would you do that rather than seeing an Eddie Nketiah lineup leading the line for you in the Premier League match? Quickly before we go to Andrew Bell.
If it's 6 months, then if it's 6 months, then there's no other choice because we're not going to get Osimhen because Napoli are not going to let him go. We're not going to get Lautaro Martinez. That's not going to happen. Tony, Brentford need him anyway. That's not going to happen. So Ronaldo, even though I don't want him because he slows the game down and his attitude stinks as well. And you know what? Yeah, he disrespected Ten Hag, and he did disrespect Arteta. So why would I want him anywhere near my team?
Why are you waffling? Will you take Steve Ronaldo into the team rather than seeing an Eddie Nketiah line up for us in the Premier League match? We have to ask these questions. Newcastle are coming. They're coming with the gun. They're coming, literally coming.
Yes, I know that.
Batman United already was sprinting past them.
Do you want to see Ronaldo in your team rather than seeing Eddie Nketiah line up for us? Tell us what you think right now.
That shouldn't be the question. That shouldn't be the question. The question should be: does Ronaldo suit Arsenal style of play? Does Ronaldo suit Arsenal style of play? Yes or no?
Big up Jess Collins, who's at the charts. Luca AFC, who's at the charts. Jess, big up to you, Jess Collins. Tommy Singh, tell me, who do you choose? Would you like to see an uninspiring Eddie Nketiah lead our line for a title challenge in which we're number one right there, right now? Or would you put your pride aside and bring in T. Ronaldo? Just answer the question.
Tony,
okay, let me finish.
That's the wrong question to ask, though. Sorry.
I know why I'm asking this question.
Let me finish, Tony. All right,
I know why I'm asking this question.
All right, I'll take Ronaldo
the right question to ask.
Tommy Singh, please answer the question. Vladimir, I'll come back to you, my big brother.
All right, I'll take Ronaldo. There's nothing I can do. I'll take him.
You take him, right?
Yes.
How hard was that?
Okay.
How hard was that? I'm tired of telling Arsenal fans this thing, yeah? You see, the board gave this Eddie Nketiah a 100k contract. You gave him the number 14 shirt. I didn't do that. It was the board that gave this guy this shirt. It was part of his contractual agreement. See, I totally get that. But you know what, yeah? This is what we get when our board isn't ready. We had a chance of bringing in strikers into this team, and we did not do it. Good and
Tony.
okay. Now is the time to act. We need to go into the market, go bring the C Ronaldo, let him play for us at least for this December. Then January you can deep into that transfer window and go get someone in the mode of a Vlahovic who can come into
Can you
the team
afford
and
him?
help.
Can you afford him?
Latimus, please have a short talk before Andrew Bell comes in, please.
Tony, 2 questions.
Yeah.
Just very quick. What is like Arsenal's style of play in terms of your number 9? What is he supposed to do?
See, Latimus, see, all this question you just asked me now, I would throw that out of the window. Do you understand that my number 9 striker, the guy that should give me goals and should run the channels for me, is injured? Game plan doesn't matter here. I need a replacement for that number 9.
It does.
That's just it.
You're talking.
We don't have to talk about the techniques of playing the game.
Tony. It matters tactically. Just it clearly does matter because Ronaldo. I agree. Ronaldo still. I still think Ronaldo's a very good goal scorer. But all the things that Jesus does, pressing, running the channels, dropping deep, linking play, Ronaldo's not going to do that. So are you then saying that Arteta should change your style of play, the style that's got you guys top of the league, the best team in the country, title challengers?
I know, but we
all
need
of this yada 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 to bring in Ronaldo to change style of play. Hold on. Let me finish.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but Tony, let me finish. To change your style of play just for a guy that potentially won't even help you win the league. Like, is that what you're okay doing that? Sacrificing and changing.
You're not God. You don't know if you
again,
win the league.
Yeah, but I don't.
You're not God.
Yes, I said potentially not win the league because I don't think you're winning the league either way, even with or without Ronaldo.
So why is it?
Well, you don't know that, Latimus Prime. You don't know that.
You also don't know, but you also don't know Arsenal will win the league, but you said that they will. So that's my point. My point being, like, why go for Ronaldo who doesn't suit how you play? You might as well find a striker that does suit how you play.
Good and okay. Latimus,
right?
I understand your take. I understand your take.
Or that means, Tony, you're okay with bringing in Ronaldo for 6 months until the end of the season and Arteta changing his style of play for Ronaldo to succeed.
No, you don't have to change your style of play. You can use Gabriel Martinelli to run those channels and create spaces for C Ronaldo to score goals. What about
do you think Ronaldo score goals for you, though, Tony?
He just takes a different role.
Hold on.
Because Gabriel Jesus ain't been scoring for you. So what makes you think Ronaldo do?
Please, Andrew Bell needs to come in here, please. Latimus, please, they've been waiting.
I know, let me quickly finish. Let me quickly finish. By doing that, having, say, Martinelli, you said run the channels, that means you're slightly altering your style of play to suit Ronaldo. If you're okay with that, then that's fine.
Definitely. When you have unforeseen injuries, this is what it brings to the team. Unfortunately, it's hard to take, but you have to take it because you have an unforeseen occurrence happen. I'm sorry, it has to happen. It has to change.
Okay, cool. You're okay with that. It wasn't unforeseen, by the way, him getting injured, but okay, you're okay with doing that. That's fine.
No, but who knew that Gabriel Jesus would go and get injured in the World Cup?
I did because I said he could get an injury because I said that earlier this season.
Isn't the likes of having Martinelli and Saka perfect for Ronaldo having legs around you?
Or Mykhailo Mudryk if we sign him as a winger.
But that's if you sign in January. That's what I know he's saying.
Andrew Bell, what's your take on all of this? You've been hearing this argument. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna come out so passionate about this. I'm a little bit pissed that
Tony, I would say,
Andrew Bell, please come in.
Totally right. Ideal world, you want Jesus fit, but if you've got someone that's got the quality of Ronaldo, one thing that you need to start thinking about is right, have I got legs around him? And when I mean legs, I don't mean just running forward. Martinelli gets back. Saka gets back. Ronaldo's perfect for that. And this is why we had this conversation. Of all the teams in the Premier League, Arsenal were the one I picked. If Ronaldo fitted in anywhere, it would be Arsenal. And that was before Jesus got injured. Simply because when Smith Rowe comes back, you've got more energy in your side. You've got all the legs in midfield and the surrounding places that you need, which Real Madrid had towards his last 2 years. Ronaldo never had his legs for 3-4 years before he went to Juve. Benzema did his work. Now Benzema's getting the benefits of going up top, showing how good he is. You just need. Sometimes people are that good in one moment that you have to make sacrifices for them. I've played with pool players, for example, where sometimes you've just got to go, do you know what it is? Keep him happy and he's going to win games.
Okay. See, I totally get that. Lee, I'll come to you. See, is this title collapse for Arsenal? And again, secondly, are you happy that your rivals are actually missing players? Because see, yeah, I was talking about this in my show before. Of course, Miss Melina, my partner here, she was like, Anthony, you don't have to laugh at, you know how Miss Melina talks. You don't have to laugh at all. You don't have to wish.
She's trying to be nice in the tunnel. She's trying to be nice.
Exactly. But lady, do you see what we're facing now? These other teams are waiting to take our head off. They're waiting for us to get injury. So even if you don't laugh, even if you have mercy on them, these guys don't have mercy on us. They genuinely want us to miss these players. They want us to because they're going for the league title. It's something big. It's something huge. They want it. So they want your players to get injured. They laugh at you and they want you to just collapse and go downhill from there. And in some cases, that's just what Arsenal needs to just collapse. Just that negative news, that negative stuff. And then everything just starts going down. Lee, do you believe that with this injury, it's title collapse for Arsenal? And secondly, do you think, as a Newcastle fan, see, there's no harm in being happy that, hey, your rivals are actually missing players because you can go there and beat them up. Come on, man. So, Lee, are you happy about this, about this development? And secondly, do you think this is title collapse, top four collapse for Arsenal?
So I've been listening to everything that has been said from the last, I don't know, half an hour. And there's been a lot said about Arsenal finished second. And I don't know why Arsenal fans think that they will finish second.
Yeah, you should be, yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it in the slightest. Why wouldn't they could win it? Look at Leicester. When they come from nothing and they had nothing to go on and they won the league. And Leicester Arsenal right up there. And they've got a great squad. And I just think there's a lot of negativity in the fans.
One injury.
And I think, one injury. And I think the fans believe that they can do it because if Leicester can do it coming from nothing, then God, Arsenal can totally do it. I mean, I think Chelsea Dan said Man City will do it, but I think Arsenal can do it 100%. 100%. I think they believe, and the fans believe, and the players believe they'll get it and they'll do it. And I purely believe that they will win the league 100%.
Wow, Lee, I'm shocked. Chelsea Dan, you want to say something? I know you're itching to say something, Chelsea Dan. What do you want to say?
Has he been smoking on something? Too much weed. Too much getting stoned out your head and too high. Been watching the green, like the blue and rainbow colours on the TV screen or something, isn't it? I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna say this to true facts now. Someone said, before, to the Arsenal fans that something, it's good. All right, it's going to be shining speeds about Arsenal Football Club. If you don't sign any players in January, like you don't do, you ain't gonna be title challengers. Also, your players, you're relying on players, that it's gonna be a responsibility for you to win a team. If you could get maximum 3 more players for Arsenal to strengthen your squad up, because you ain't got no squad to strengthen, and you're relying on Nakato, who you just paid 100k a week for your club, ridiculous money. He's the most crap player ever. He doesn't
lock his cheek, but he's still doing the job.
Down the
Okay.
Rubik's off this cheese on 65k a week, not 100. There you,
You know
are,
what? Yeah.
65.
You know what? Yeah.
But
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. This will go to Baz up there, Glasgow Red Charts, and of course Andrew Bell. You know what? Yeah. You guys are rivals, Liverpool, right? Liverpool and Newcastle. See, do you guys?
I never thought I'd hear that said again, but okay.
Do you guys smell blood now that these injuries are occurring to players in an incremental way? As rival teams, do you smell blood? Do you think, oh, Arsenal is without Gabriel Jesus? Okay, he might not be scoring lots of goals, but
Tony, I've got to go to
to
do my stream. I'll catch you later.
Yes. I'll join you on your show after this. Chelsea Dan,
okay. Thank you for letting me join the panel. Well done, England, Miss Melina. Innit? Well done, England, you guys.
Send me the StreamYard link, please.
It's ready, all set out for everyone. And Andy, it's on the WhatsApp group. Right?
Okay.
Good. Get Lee to come in. I'll catch you guys in a bit.
I'll catch you then. Yeah. So Baz, please start off. Do you smell blood? Do you think when you catch Arsenal without Gabriel Jesus in the second match, of course we'll play you guys at Anfield, do you think if you catch us, you smell blood and you say, okay, we'll defeat these guys, we'll beat them up?
No, I don't. I'm more concerned about what's going on in my club. My club have got granddad midfielders. Yeah, we don't know if we're going to be owned by anything going on. I'm not even concerned about Arsenal, to be fair. I do sympathise with Arsenal, but at the same time, my thing was, when you start a season, you've got to bring in the players. You've got to anticipate injuries as part of the game. That's what I believe. Obviously, they've lost Jesus. Again, it's all speculation. You don't know how long for. It could be 3 weeks. It could be 3 months. It could be a year. It could be whatever. You don't know, so it's not worth speculating. I'm a kind of guy generally, until I see it in black and white from either the federation, because he's representing Brazil, or Arsenal Football Club. Until it's actually official, there's no point speculating on it, because people are going to do their heads in. Then you're going to have streams like this, with speculation about this. I do appreciate it's an Arsenal matter, but my main concern is trying to get top 4. And the gentleman down there with his Newcastle shirt, I'm concerned about them more than any other team. And big ups to them. What I'd say.
We haven't even got a £62 million striker on our squad, and no one's even mentioned an injury to that guy.
Now, this is what I was going to say. They obviously, I remember a certain Isak playing for Newcastle that on his debut smashed a brilliant goal against Liverpool, and all things to him. Yeah, respect to him. Newcastle, I like the way they're going on in terms of building and stuff like that. I know this is not an Arsenal conversation, but I'm more concerned about them at the moment and what's going on with Liverpool. I don't believe the thing is, remember, if you've got a strong squad, a togetherness, just like what England were doing tonight, they've got players, I get that. But if you've got a togetherness, you'll see it through. Whether it's new signings, sometimes your Ronaldos of this world ain't the answer. I'm just saying, because the harmony of the club is most important. You're like I said earlier on, you're at a really good position now to get Champions League at minimum, and then potentially winning the title. However, when something's not broken, don't try to fix it kind of thing. It's just literally you do need a player. I do appreciate that. And what I would say, when you guys were talking about Nketiah, he did well last year, obviously with what had happened. So obviously Arsenal have seen something. Arsenal, I think they've learned from giving players 350,000. God knows what they were getting. These other players, on big money. They must have learnt their lesson surely, and they see something in this guy. Otherwise, they'd let him go for free. Or if he didn't renew his contract, there is something in that player. What I will say is just literally,
but he hasn't been good enough. He hasn't been. I like Eddie Nketiah as a person. I do like the kid.
But what I would say
is that he's had chances upon chances, and he hasn't been putting the goals at the back of the net. It becomes a problem. It becomes a very, very huge problem when you're a high earner in that team. For crying out loud, Saliba is still on 30k, and Eddie Nketiah is on 100k. There is a reason for this. It genuinely costs unrest in the dressing room.
Yeah, but no offense here. At the end of the day, I do appreciate Arsenal fans have their say. It's important for them to say. But remember, the person that sees them day in, day out, and what they're capable of is the manager. Now, he signed a contract. Arteta's given him that contract or offered him that contract with obviously the Edus of this world and stuff like that. Yeah, I do appreciate that. But they've seen something in him. And you never know. Maybe with a good harmony, all right, and how good Arsenal are this season, he might start firing goals for you guys. You don't know. You know what I mean? You got to wait and see. Like January is coming. With what? Boxing Day is when the first game starts again. That's 4 days or 5 days, whatever it is, before the January window. So let's see what he does. You know what I mean? You can't really speculate on it. I personally believe if you guys are going to go for Ronaldo, potentially he could be good. But remember, you're in good harmony right now. When I've been looking at watching Arsenal fans, remember all my family are Arsenal fans. They've been at loggerheads with owners, with managers, with players, with everything here. This year you haven't got that. This year you guys have got a good harmony, and you got to just keep it. You just got to keep it real in that sense. To be fair,
Tony, my question to you would be: is some of the problem with Arsenal in the past not being ability on the pitch, but mentality on and off, bearing in mind an attitude to win? Now, one thing that if Ronaldo comes in, you know that you're getting is
Andrew Bell, please, can you please hold on, please? Baz, I know you're supposed to leave for a show. Baz, I know you're supposed to leave for a show. Please, Baz, where can people find you? Before you leave, please. Andrew Bell, please. I'm so sorry about this.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean to interrupt me.
Baz needs to leave for another stream. So, Baz, please shout out where people could find you, please.
Yeah, big up, guys. Thank you for having me, first of all. And make sure people in the chat are smashing the like, support Tony's amazing channel. But yeah, you can find me on LVFC TV. That's my channel. I will be doing some content. I know I keep saying I will be doing it and I don't get to do it, but due to health and, a few travels and stuff like that, I've not been able to. But you can catch me on LVFC TV. If not, you can catch me on Glasgow Red Chats, which is what I'm going to be going soon, and then Chelsea Dan's show. So guys, just hit me up on there. My socials are all on my channel. So get me on there. Thank you.
Yeah. Big ups to you.
Nice to meet you, man.
I'll catch you
Appreciate
again.
it, man.
Guys, please go and subscribe to his channel. Great guy, Liverpool content. Big guy is my friend. He will be coming back here later on, December, of course. He will be our Liverpool, pundit down here. So, of course, God grant him more life and more blessings. Big ups to you, my brother. Big ups.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a good evening.
Big up. Much love, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank
you. Everybody.
Yeah, Andrew Bell, please continue, man. You were saying something. Glasgow Red Charts is here with us. Ladimus is here with us. Lee's here with us. Thomas is still here with us.
Tony, I'm gonna need to shoot off in 2 minutes. I've got my own show coming up at 10 o'clock, man. So I'm gonna
yeah. So Glasgow Red Charts. But before you go, do you think this is the end for Arsenal? And of course, after that, shout out your channel.
I don't think it's the end for Arsenal, Tony, but it depends an awful lot on what you do in the transfer window coming up. I think people are maybe jumping the gun a wee bit, saying it's the end because of Jesus. We don't even know if Jesus is injured for that long. So let's not jump the gun and say that he's out for the season. And let's see what Arsenal do in the transfer window coming up. So they're going to spend money. Let's not be mistaken. Arsenal are going to spend money. Whether you bring in Ronaldo for 6 months, who I actually don't think would be too bad for yourselves. I would just be worried about his ego, because you don't want someone coming in and ruining that mentality that you have at the moment. Yeah. But we're talking about a guy that scored one less goal last season in Harry Kane, so he can't really hurt you for 6 months, can he?
I get that. Please shout out your channel, please, before you leave.
Yes, please, everybody. You can find me over on Glasgow Red Chats, YouTube, and Twitter. And of course, you will always find me on my good friend's channel, Tony Claude. Obviously, not what respect for him for allowing me on his show every single time. He's absolutely fantastic guy, so please, everyone, do show him some love. Hit that like button. And thank you to every single one of you on the panel tonight. Big respect to all of you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Glasgow Red Chat. Guys, please go to Glasgow Red Chat. It's my friend also. Go there and subscribe to his channel too. He will always be coming down here once in a while to, bless things up. And I'm always also on his channel too. I go to talk to him down there too, and banter him about Liverpool season. See, my friend, big ups. I'm coming to Chelsea's Dan channel. So, I'll see you guys down there. I'm just here with Andrew Bell, Lee, Thomas, and Ladimus for us to, talk about some other stuff.
Big respect, guys.
Tony, I've got to say, just call us Andy, mate. Honestly, Andy, but I feel like I'm in trouble. I know it's Sunday, but I feel like I'm in trouble when you call me full name. It's Andy.
Big respect. Big respect.
Every time someone says Andy Bell, I'm like, what have I done? I'm waiting for blue lights.
Yeah, exactly. Big ups, Glasgow Red Chat. I check you out too.
Guys.
Andrew Bell, you were saying something. Continue what you're saying.
Glasgow Red, take care, mate.
Let's talk. Yeah.
No, just going back to the Arsenal situation before Jesus. We had a conversation, I don't know if you remember, about 3-4 days ago, and we were talking about the Ronaldo situation. I said the only club I could see him going to was Hughes, simply because if anything happens to Jesus, you don't have a recognised striker even with Jesus, in my opinion. So, and then you've got the problem that Arsenal have had that stigma of falling at the last hurdle lately, not being able to get over the line. A bit like a Spurs, getting a bit contagious, it's creeping over towards us. Is Ronaldo not a perfect? But the problem is how much is it going to cost, Tone?
Yeah.
Like, how much is that guy going to cost? And for me, if you can get him on a free and give him a bumper contract for a year, great.
It costs nothing for the club.
Yeah, it's wages though, isn't it? It's wages. But your shirt sales will probably pay for it anyways.
Yeah, totally understand that. See, you know what? Yeah, I will still also ask you and Lee this question before I go to Thomas and Ladimus if they are still there. Andrew Bell, are you not scared in any way or unsettled in any way that because of these injuries happen to these big top guys, in the Brazilian team, in some other teams that have gone out to play in the World Cup, coming back to the Premiership and they're down with injuries. Are you not scared that an Arsenal might go for someone like a Miguel Almiron or come into Newcastle and say, hey guys, you know what? Let's make you champions. Let's give you money also. Of course, Newcastle have the money. I get that right now. But you know what? Are you unsettled in any way that Arsenal can come into your team and request for one of your...
The only player I see that might get his head turned is CSM. The only player in our squad that I honestly believe would get his head turned by London, the lights, the glamour, is ASM. And I think he probably wants to prove a little bit more to us. If we get let's say we win a cup or something with the ASM and we challenge for a league for a season, a bit like Ginola did, then I could understand it. But I think he owes the Newcastle fans a little bit more because we love that guy in the crowd and he does some silly things on the pitch at times and we forget about them pretty quickly because of what he could do in the next game and what he could do in the next game, and then he'll do a mistake. And to answer your question, Tone, no, the only player I think that could leave is ASM.
Right.
Miggy, if you're going to go and say Miggy, good luck to you because...
Yeah, I get that. Lee, that same question will go to you just before I read this stuff from my very, very big friend, Jez Collins, guys. Guys, go to Jez Collins' channel and go and subscribe to that channel. Great guy, great content, history of Arsenal and more. Just go there, show him some love. Jez is my buddy. He's come in here, a few times to have, a nickel and a crack at me, a great guy. I love him so much. The way he talks about football, his knowledge about football. I really love this guy. I can't wait for the Premiership to be back so I can have more shows with the legendary Jez Collins. Go now and go subscribe to Jez Collins, guys. See, Lee,
Yeah.
I'll put you in that same. I'll put you through that same test with Andrew Bell. Are you scared that you might lose some of your players because of injuries to some of all these players popping up here and there? What do you think?
No. Nah.
At all?
At
At
all.
all?
Why would they want to leave?
I think we're a massive club, and I don't think Arsenal would be an option because we're rich up in the world.
Owners.
I think the appeal of London would possibly be an appeal, but we can offer the money, we can offer the the wages, and I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be no. So I'm going to say no. No.
You're going to say no. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Just before I go to the guys up down there, yeah, Lee. Do you think Newcastle have identified? Have you heard any rumor? This question goes to you and Andrew Bell. Have you guys heard any rumor of anyone in the World Cup that you guys are linked to? That Newcastle is linked to?
No, probably Andy would know more than me.
But I'm hearing that. And Andrew Bell, is there anyone that you're hearing that Newcastle is trying to get, from this
No,
World Cup?
this is only what I've read, so don't shoot the messenger. So if I see a name that's, people go, they fucking wish, blah, 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 whatever. Gakpo's been one.
Yeah,
Dumfries has been another. But Gakpo's been quite strong, to be fair. The Croatian centre-back that's now been linked with Chelsea was mentioned.
We're linked with everyone, though, aren't we?
And I believe a Serbian left winger called Tosic, that's it's good, was played against West Ham last season. Tosic, he's been linked with her. And a centre back, which I can't remember the name of, but not a big player. But the big players have been Gakpo, Trossard as well. Trossard's been, yes, thank you, Lee. Trossard's been heavily linked with
Newcastle.
Heavily.
And of course, that can happen, right? That can happen, right?
Yeah,
you guys have the money. It can happen legitimately.
It's going to be, but I think you'll see more once we get the semi-finals. These conversations will start happening. About
We'll
players.
Exactly. Lee, what do you think about Trossard? Do you fancy him in a Newcastle shirt?
I do.
He's good looking with a skirt if I was going to fancy him, but
he doesn't really.
I think
but he looks like that kind of player built in the mold of to suit Arsenal, to suit.
He knows what he meant. He's just taking boy.
Yeah, he looks like that kind of player that can actually fit into the Newcastle structure and formation.
So we've got Maxi on the left, and we've just bought Isaac. So if we bought him, I'm not too sure where we would.
Berlin for an injured player.
Yeah.
Just not too sure.
Either side as well. All the middle.
Madison, on the other hand, we linked with him as well. So,
yeah, that's been an obvious one, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I think he's coming. I'm not too.
I seen one with Forsberg as well. Was it Forsberg?
I'm not too sure.
Was it? No, Mbolo, Swiss striker. I've seen one on that as well. I think a lot of teams in the Premier League will be taking a peek at him. Chelsea, there's a team that could do with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I look at Chelsea, what they're missing is a Brandon Bolo.
Yeah, Brandon Bolo, man, that's a good player. I like that guy. Tommy C. Sabia, are you there, Tommy C?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Tommy C. See, you know what has happened to Arsenal. See, who would you like to come in and make these changes for us? Who should we be gunning for? I know I've talked about Ronaldo because I need him December because he's a free agent. It's someone we could go get to help us. But right now, if we don't want to collapse, who should we be looking at that transfer window now?
We need another central midfielder. I'll get that Malik Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want that
Yeah.
Milik Savage. And I feel like we need another right back. I love who I love Tarek Lamptey. Like I want Lamptey in it. And do you think we need another centre back, Tone?
Man, see, yeah. You see what happened. You see what happened to Gabriel Jesus, right?
Mm.
Imagine if this happens to William Saliba. Like, just imagine it. Think.
Yeah.
If this happens to William Saliba and he collapses somehow and just tweaks his ankle or his knee or something, see, what are we going to do?
Yeah, that's a big difference to Arsenal. Yeah, I get that.
We talked about this.
You got Gabriel and what else? Holden. Yeah.
Holden. Trust me. Andrew
Hey,
Bell.
Newcastle were linked with Holden, so God forbid we didn't sign him.
Oh my God. So okay, but see, yeah, Tommy C, is
Yeah.
there any realistic? Is there any realistic striker to come down to help cover up Gabriel Jesus?
I have a Valovic.
Vlahovic, right?
You're talking 70 million, though, aren't you?
I think we could try and get him for maybe 60 million, 50, probably 60 million.
50, 60, yeah. Because you know what? I think they should be having a fire sale. Andrew Bell and Lee, you got to remember that Juventus is having corruption problems in and around the board. So more players are trying to disassociate themselves.
But they need the money back more now than ever.
Yeah, exactly. They need that money to kind of like put paper cracks and, you know.
So they're not going to want to let them go on the cheap of the tone. Sorry,
but again, Vlahovic is not 100 million player. He's not 100 million player. I don't think he's an 80 million player.
Well, he was when he went to Juve.
But at worst, he's a 60 million player. At worst.
Let's just be realistic. Arsenal are not going to sign Vlahovic, so it's pointless you guys speaking about him. I think
but why? Why Latimus? No, let's get into that.
I agree.
Latimus, I didn't know you were in there. I thought maybe you were on hiatus or on a course. But nice that you're here. Yeah.
We're not going to have another conversation about how your board is ran. You know you're not going to spend that money to get Vlahovic. That's why you didn't get him last January. So I think that one of the two strikers Arsenal should focus on buying is Mbolo or bring in Tammy. They're both good strikers. They're good enough to be backup.
I'm sorry, I don't rate Tammy.
They can both.
I don't rate Tammy.
And up until this season, no one rated Gabriel Jesus. Up until this season, no one rated Jesus.
No, but there's a difference because it's a serial.
No. Many people rate.
It's his opinion. Andrew Bell, let him speak. It's his opinion. Good and okay. You have your own opinion. I have my own opinion of Gabriel Jesus. I respect yours. But what I'm saying now,
that's not even my opinion. Let me finish. My point being, those are two good strikers that can get goals. They would be okay being on the bench when Jesus is fit. They can do it. They can do a job. They will add something. They would add a different element than that Jesus just doesn't have naturally. Like I think they would be good for your club. Those are they're two affordable strikers, by the way. Because you guys are not getting a Vlahovic. You're not getting an Osimhen. You're not gonna splash that sort of money. Let's just be real. That's how Arsenal operate.
You're right. Chris Wood's available, by the way.
Exactly. If you can find me better strikers for the sort of price that you would spend on Tammy or Mbolo, then fine.
What's Tammy going to cost? I mean,
those are the two
last season would have cost you super money. So.
But Tammy's English is going to cost some money, right?
But he's not going to cost us anywhere near as much as last year, is he?
No. Tammy's English, but one, he's not good. Well, one, he's not like an English superstar on that level, and two, Roma are willing to sell him. So
because they need the money, yeah.
And Mbolo, he would want to have that chance to prove it on a big stage at a quote-unquote big club.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also, when you look at the profile of players Arsenal have signed the past few years under Arteta, they've been players that have quote unquote potential, and 2, they have something to prove. You guys signed Odegaard, a Real Madrid quote unquote flop. You signed Ramsdale, who got relegated. Signed Tomiyasu from the Serie A. All players that had something to prove. You signed Jesus and Zinchenko, Man City rejects, quote unquote. These are players who had something to prove. So I think Tammy or Mbolo would be good signings.
Mbolo, definitely, yeah, I agree with it. Yeah, Mbolo, I think, yeah.
Because you can say Vlahovic all you want. Vlahovic is not coming to Arsenal to sit on the bench.
No.
Can I ask you a question, please? How much would Gakpo cost?
60 million, I reckon. 55, 60 million.
Nah. Cody Gakpo will be costing something like 80. It's expensive.
He's only got 2 years left on his deal or something, Tone. That's why his price is reduced.
90 million.
Arsenal will not spend 80, 90 million on an unproven player.
There's no way.
2, it looks like he's going to Man United. So just get that thought out of your head.
They're going to spend another 80 million on a Dutch flop, then.
No, but Ladimus, I'm also hearing that Newcastle might, be in the mix for Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, they're going to be, but they're not going to be spending 80 million on him.
It's in the rumor mill. But come on, man, Newcastle have the money to do that, Andrew Bell.
Okay, cool. Cool. Newcastle may have the money, but Arsenal don't. So you're not getting Gakpo.
Yeah, but how is Gakpo improving?
Gakpo's only main highlight in everyone's face is the World Cup, because not very many people, let's be fair, watch the Dutch league. I'm with Steve. I watch a little bit. Steve watches every game. I watch a little bit, and he is decent. I knew Anthony was going to take time to adjust to the Premier League because of the way he is. Just because you light up the Dutch Averts, or whatever it's called, league, doesn't mean you're going to come into the Premier League. But Gakpo's come into the World Cup, and let's be honest, he scored 3 goals, but has he really lit the World Cup up? No, he hasn't. He's been in the right place and the right time at the first game. He's had a half-decent game the second game, and he had a good game the last game. For USA, he got dropped the other game. So you could say, yes, okay, his stock's on you up, but is it 80 million? No, come on, 80 million pound. I mean, if Phil Foden's worth 110, then Gakpo's not worth 80 million pound. Come on.
See, Lee, do you rate Cody Gakpo? Do you rate him?
I rate him, but God almighty, 80 million, no way.
At the top level, the World Cup, he stepped up the World Cup now. Stepped up the World Cup. So if you can't rate that player, then how can you rate any player?
It's 3 games against mediocre teams. Come on.
Mate, it's the World Cup, man. Shut up, man.
He's never played anybody yet, man.
Shut up.
Okay.
Tommy Sabia, are you there, Tommy?
This discussion might be: does Gakpo suit Arsenal style of play? Yes or no?
No.
I'm here.
I get you on that one, Laden.
If he doesn't, this conversation
is too Ryan Babel. He's too Ryan Babel for me.
The same thing with Vlahovic. He doesn't suit Arsenal style of play, so the conversation is irrelevant.
No.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't he suit Arsenal's style of play?
I asked you a question. Does he? I asked you. Does he?
No. See, it's been long.
Tony sits on the fence quite often.
But see, it's been long Arsenal have gotten this type of traditional number 9 striker who would just stay in and about the mix in the 18-yard box and just poaching goals.
Are you talking about Vlahovic?
Yeah, Vlahovic. Is that kind of player?
I thought you were trying to do something different with Jesus, a striker that does everything, bar, score a lot of goals. But that's fine. But does that mean you bring
Ladimus? We cannot do. See. These changes happen because of injury.
Okay, that's fine.
See, you have to adapt. That's why teams have to adapt.
But a player like Vlahovic, he's not someone you buy because of an injury. He is a starting level striker. That's what I'm asking you. Everyone fully fit. Imagine Jesus wasn't injured, right? Imagine Jesus wasn't injured and you bought Vlahovic, who starts as your number 9. Because either way, none of those two want to be on the bench. Vlahovic is too good to be on the bench. Even at a club like Arsenal, and 2, Jesus. What would be?
You mean sometimes we cannot tweak it up? Use 2 strikers up front.
You guys don't play with 2 strikers. What's the point of Jesus leaving?
Tweak it a little bit?
And Jesus wouldn't be willing to sit on the bench because he just left the best team on the planet to go to Arsenal to be the number 9, and then to be on the bench, it would make no sense. So Vlahovic is out of the question. That's why I said Mbolo and Tammy, they would both be okay with being the second fiddle.
Mbolo would fit in, wouldn't he? He'd be the physical one that's got the strength to go down the middle, but he's still got the legs. Jesus can play off the right, switch over with Martinelli.
He can switch. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
I think Mbolo fit in Arsenal well ahead of Vlahovic.
There's a whole lot of there's lots of competitions out there, Latimus. There's lots of competitions to actually suit the playing demands of these players. Lots of games to play. European League is down there.
I know that.
Champions League, if we do get top four, is down there.
Again,
Lots of
not
games,
for again, Tony. You don't understand. You're not getting a Vlahovic. You don't understand that. That's not good. A player like Vlahovic is not
huge investment in it. Huge investment.
A player like Vlahovic is not going to come to Arsenal to be told you're going to be told. Listen, we're playing 30, 40 games a season. You will be rotating with Jesus. Why would I go to Arsenal when I could go to say Newcastle and be the number 9, or I could go to Chelsea or Man United, or I can go to Atletico Madrid or Barca. Why would I go to Arsenal? Why?
Exactly.
Arsenal. And also forget the money aspect. Forget other clubs. Like if we're
I agree, Sean.
Arsenal in the last decade haven't done anything, so you have nothing to back off that it's worth being here.
But again, come on, man! It's one of the biggest club in London, if not the most.
But Chelsea's a big club. Man City's a big. Well, Man City have Haaland, so it's irrelevant. Man United are a big club. You look at Europe. Atletico Madrid are a big club. Barcelona are a big club. You have Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juve. Like Arsenal are a big club. That's fine, but like again, why would he come to Arsenal to be a backup? He's not going to.
And not only that, I mean, the problem is Arsenal's players around them would suit Vlahovic, but then you upset Jesus in the process. So, like what you're saying, he's not making the point just in the case of Vlahovic. He's also making the sense of the squad would get disrupted because you're going to have a £70 million player sitting on the bench some weeks, sitting stamping his feet, going, "Why am I not playing?" Or you find a system that Jesus and Vlahovic fit into. So is that putting Jesus on the right and then dropping out Saka or Martinelli? Exactly. They're your best players.
And also, Vlahovic is a different profile of player from the style Arsenal currently play. So you bring
exactly.
Just to not play to his strengths, and then you'll be complaining, why did we spend 100 million on Vlahovic? He's a flop. When I would have told you, he doesn't suit your strengths. Like
I hope you're saying him and you put him in your team and I see him score goals.
Yeah.
I say neutral, I do, but I just don't say it.
That. Okay, let's touch on that Chelsea front a little bit, before we go. Latimus, who have Chelsea been linked to in the transfer window? Because you guys, out of everyone now, need to be the ones at the forefront in that transfer window. Any news yet on that?
We look like we've signed Nkunku.
Yeah, it does look lately.
Yeah,
we're still linked with Liao.
Is that confirmed already? Is that confirmed already?
Is what confirmed?
The Nkunku.
Nkunku sounds pretty much done, man.
It's basically well. Again, anything can change, right? But
anything can change, right?
As of right now, it looks like it's done.
I'm not too sure about Rafael Leao, but I've heard Nkunku's more or less done as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Leao too.
Oh, so. I'm positive. I've been watching Leao for 2 seasons now. I'm positive on him.
I'm talking about him. We're talking about him coming to Chelsea, not about the kind of caliber of
player. Yeah, not him being a good player. Sorry, coming to Chelsea. Sorry, as long
as we get rid of like our squad and build again, I'm fine with him.
Okay, but like, what will be his market price normally right now in the market? In this
depends. His contract is getting low, and he's not signing a new deal. So I don't know, maybe 60, 70, I guess, maybe
60,
maybe a bit,
70, right? Within that price
maybe
range.
a bit cheaper if we can talk it down or something. And plus, AC Milan also want Hakim Ziyech, so if we can work that into a deal, it might be a bit cheaper.
It might be a bit, yeah, yeah. And I think AC Milan kind of like suits ZH a little bit,
That's me.
with a more slower pace that he can be able to handle. But see, yeah, Lee, won't you take a ZH if he's being offered to you? A ZH is a great guy, right? Hakim Ziyech
I don't.
is available at Chelsea.
I think. Oh, see. Oh, right. Okay, right. I think he's all right. I don't think I would have him in Newcastle. Right. I don't.
Your thoughts. As you know, you're a Liverpool fan, but this is England. We're not talking about Liverpool. But what's your thoughts on this situation, John? Do you think he deserves to get the chance to play against France and see what he could do? John?
Yeah,
Sorry, guys. That was my phone.
I wouldn't be too keen on his position because I think we've got it covered like there. Aye.
See,
That was my phone. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Latimus, do you think you guys are ready to lose Pulisic? Because I'm hearing rumors of Pulisic to Arsenal.
There's rumors that he's going to leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I would still play him until the end of the season because I think he's better than Havertz and Mount, and they are the two biggest hindrances to our starting 11 right now, regardless of what other delusional Chelsea fans may think. But Pulisic, no, I would not sell to a rival. I would let him go abroad. He can go to AC Milan or Dortmund or whoever. He should not go to a rival club. I think if he goes to Arsenal, he becomes your best forward.
So you still think he has a lot to offer, right? You don't look at him like one of
build-
those
if
players
you build-
that just get
if you
injured
build- if you
and
build
doesn't
around
offer anything to the team again.
If you actually build around him, I think he has a lot to offer on talent. People may disagree with me, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. But I still think he does have a lot to offer. But we would rather build around Havertz and Mount than the likes of Pulisic and the rest.
Yeah, and the rest of them. Yeah. Okay.
That's a good point, you know, Tone. We haven't getting on to England yet.
Can I just interrupt about Pulisic?
Yeah, please.
I just don't. I'm really unimpressed with him because he gets forward, but the product he's got just nothing.
Any physicality is it? That's a problem.
He's got no end product. He gets forward, but the end.
I mean, people say that, and that's fine. I agree. We don't think he's great, but he still offers just as much, if not more, than Havertz and Mount, and they start week in, week out. Pulisic barely gets games.
He's an attacking midfielder that should score goals, and he just doesn't.
He's not an attacking midfielder. He's a winger.
What is it? That's an attacking midfielder nowadays. A winger, attacking midfielder, same thing. Y10, same thing.
Yeah, and also like his goal contributions this season is like per 19 is just as much as Havertz and Mount. This guy barely plays. And I'm not even advocating that we should keep him or that he's brilliant or anything, but it's just like it's frustrating seeing players on the bench.
He's had a good World Cup.
But it's frustrating seeing players on the bench when two guys that start week in, week out don't produce anything.
It frustrates me when I watch him. He gets the ball and nothing happens. He's a
little bit like ESM.
Andrew Bell.
You say that, but I don't think you actually like. Okay, fair enough. You think that. I don't think you actually watch him because when he has the ball, he does actually try and create things. Like again,
no one's saying he doesn't try.
I go back to it. He barely gets games for us, and yet his goal contributions this season, the impact is just as much as the likes of Havertz and Mount who play every single game for us. Like that shows something. Like so.
When you're looking at players like Pulisic, especially when they're counted upon it for their country, not the club. So we're talking about him for USA here. He is the pin-up boy of USA soccer. Yes, would you agree? Would you say the pin-up boy for USA Soccer has delivered? Now, I'm an actual fan of Pulisic's ability. I think he's in short spaces. He can knock a ball past two players and break defensive lines. As good as Hazard on his day. And he just knocks it in between his feet and just takes it away. Acceleration, he's brilliant. The problem with him is you're getting 2 short spurts of it, and then he's injured. Now, the other problem is when he is being given a chance, which is for America, what has he actually done?
Buckle.
For me, I'll be honest, I thought America's best player was Tyler Adams against us.
He was the best player on the pitch against England.
Yeah, exactly. He was probably the best player on the pitch.
He was. If we're talking about this World Cup, he's produced a goal and an assist, which is a lot more than Mason Mount has done for England.
Exactly.
That's proven my point of, you guys can say all of this about Pulisic if you want, but he is not my concern in our forward line. I would rather give him more games than the likes of Havertz and Mason Mount. They are the biggest.
I'm with you. I don't want Mount in England.
Andrew, just before we go to the last topic, please.
Sorry, man.
Andrew Bell, do you think, because see, I'm hearing Pulisic is going to leave Chelsea. Do you think if Chelsea let him go, do you think they're going to regret it?
Yep.
It just depends on what you place him with, because I mean, what did they pay for him? They paid big money for him. And it was like 50 plus?
50 million plus, yeah.
No, it was like 40 mil.
Okay, so let's say it's 50 million. Let's say it's 50 million euros just to be fair to everybody.
Okay.
Who are you going to buy for 50 million euros now in the Premier League? Because Chelsea are going to probably go for, we want proven Premier League players. Zaha, is Zaha available for that money? He'll improve you.
Zaha would be available for cheaper.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think Zaha's... The only reason I think Zaha goes for more money than that is because he's loyal to Crystal Palace. But again, my point stands. Who are you going to buy?
Based on Zaha's situation, he would be cheaper.
Is Trossard better than Pulisic? Numbers might say that he potentially is, but I quite like Pulisic. Like I say, if you can get the best out of Pulisic, you've got a hell of a good player on your hands. The problem is, he's a Kieran Dyer. He gets injured. He gets a bit of form. He gets injured. Gets a bit of form. Gets injured. I remember him. I think it was FA Cup semi-final. You were playing Arsenal. He winded in 2 players. Boom. He came off the bench and he won the game for Arsenal. I can't remember. Bear in mind, I'm not an Arsenal supporter, so forgive us. But it was a couple of seasons ago, maybe last season. Pulisic came off the bench, got us into the final. Best player on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
When was the last time you seen that?
You know what? Yeah, I don't know. Time will tell. The transfer window will open up, January, and then we'll see what's going to happen. You know what? The last one. Predictions for this game against England versus France. It's going to be the big one.
We haven't talked about the fucking game that's just happened. I mean, the fucking next one.
It's the big one, guys. It's the big one. See, I'll start with you, Lee, first. England versus France. What do you think?
I'm going to go, but I can't go negative, can I? I'm going to go England 2-0. 2-0.
England 2-0. Why?
Why? Because I think they've got defensive errors in the team. The midfield is disjointed, and I think we can break them down. And I think England are strong, and I think we're quick, and I think we get beyond the back four. So, I think we're good enough to them, and at least get 2 goals, possibly more.
Fucking how 140 he's been smoking.
Yeah, Latimer's prime.
Do you not think that?
Yeah, Latimer's Prime. England versus France. What do you think? Where would the key battle be at? Just take us through what you think is going to happen in that match, and what you think are going to be the surprises that England are going to face, or if France will actually, just throw the kitchen sink on it and blast England out of the competition.
I think Southgate will set up with a back three, a back five. I think Southgate will have a tactical plan, but the thing with France, Deschamps is not a great manager. I've been saying this for years. He's a bit of a fraud, but the firepower France possess,
But the fraud has won the
they
World
can
Cup.
out.
But the fraud has won the World Cup.
Yeah, I still don't
And
care. He's a
Euros.
fraud. Anyway, he didn't win the Euros, but anyway,
Okay.
as much as I don't rate him tactically, France's firepower is enough where they can outscore teams even when they're having a bad day. I don't see how England kind of
Didn't you get the
I
final
hope
Euro?
Southgate has a plan, but I just don't. I don't see how England keep them out. I'll be real. I don't unless France just have a really bad day, and even then, like I just don't. I look at England's firepower. I don't think it's enough compared to France what they have. Mbappe wasn't that great today, and he still turned up with 2 goals. When you look against Australia, again, France weren't that great, but they were still able to turn up and get the game done.
Yeah.
I look at England.
Is anybody of the opinion, though, that Poland are the worst side I've seen in this World Cup?
England have to be on their A game, and they have to take it seriously, and they have to be focused and drilled and prepared, and kind of just hope. I'm going 3-1 France.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Could happen. No, he's.
Jeez.
It's one of them. England could beat France, but that could happen.
They must have just pulled the surprise of the stream.
England can beat France. England
What's he been throwing?
can, but France.
Tony, you've got a comment there. Lad wants his comment read out. Look at it. Sorry, mate. I'm just helping one of his mates. Sorry.
France need to have an off day in front of goal because that firepower they possess. I don't know how England just keep that out. But if I know Southgate will have a plan set up, he'll probably go with the back five. England will sit deep, defend, and look to break on a counter attack. We know Lloris is dodgy defensively as well.
Lloris, yeah.
So yeah, I'll still stick with 2 or 3-1 France. But if England win it, it won't surprise me.
Yeah. See, man, Latimer's Prime,
The thing with France is if you cannot start against them like we did the first half, because if we do, we'll be 1-0 down before we blink. The rest of the game, we started poorly in the first half, England today, for me, pace-wise.
I mean,
if we start like that against France, we'll then win for a bit of a spanking.
You say that, but France also start quite slow as well. Also, if you watch France, they also tend to start slow as well. So, we can say that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But France have been my pick since the start of the tournament, mate. But the more I've seen them, the more.
That's true, man.
I get it. Listen, I get it. France. I've been saying this. France are not brilliant in terms of how they're drilled, and tactically they can be got at. However, their fire power is just too much. It comes to a point where
it's Mbappe and Dembele, that's it.
And defend. No, Mbappe, Dembele, Giroud, Griezmann. You've got Thuram off the bench.
You sort the wingers out. You sort Giroud out. That's my argument. You sort the wingers out. You sort Giroud out. You stop the supply into him. You
also have delivery out wide. You also have delivery out wide from Theo Hernandez.
Yeah.
The battle to be of Tchouaméni and Rabiot.
I think we've got to focus on England's. Honestly, the more I've seen France play, I think England can hit France.
I think Southgate. I'm Southgate. Go for a 3-5-2. Forget what all England fans are going to say. Go back to your principles. Go 3-5-2. Flood the midfield with Rice, Henderson, and I'd probably go Calvin. I'd go Calvin Phillips. I think Bellingham will be too of this.
No way, I'd go Calvin Phillips. 10 minutes.
You need players with energy, legs, and that can
with
keep
energy
the
and that
He's
can
got
run.
no match fitness. Did you see him when he came on today? No way.
He's not going to do that. Phillips is not going to do that. He's not. You need this is a disciplined sort of game. You need someone like Calvin Phillips.
You do when he's fully fit.
Belly.
He came on today.
Go on, Lee. Sorry.
Yeah, go on, Lee. You want to say something?
Can you Google who scored the most goals in the group stages?
England. And we're now top goal scorers in the whole tournament.
And we're playing.
We've got something to. Yeah, exactly. Go on.
We're a defensive team. We're too defensive, but we scored the most goals in the group stages
and in the knockout stages.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, that's what happens when you play Iran. That's great.
We just beat Senegal, who nobody else scored more than 2 goals against, and we just beat them 3-0 pretty comfortably. So what's the argument? However,
so this game was just too comfortable for my liking.
We
could have had a couple more in the second half. We really tried. Let's be honest. Come on.
Are you saying I'm wrong and you guys will beat France?
Sorry, I missed what you asked there. Sorry.
I'm saying you're definitely wrong. I'm saying you're definitely wrong.
Are you saying I'm wrong? Are you saying I'm wrong and you will beat France comfortably?
No. I'm not saying that you're wrong and France will lose. And what I'm saying is we can beat France.
I didn't say you can't beat France. I didn't say you can't.
So what
I missed the question, so I should just shut up.
I know you. I'm saying
so
that.
What are you saying, Latimer?
I'm saying France will win. Their firepower is too much. However, if Southgate sets out his plan that I think he will do,
to all know his plan, he'll go 5 at the back
and defend well. And France have an off day in front of goal. England can't beat France. Yeah.
Yeah, well, France have struggled against less teams than us this World Cup that's sat in.
Yeah, I mean, and England struggled against USA. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yes, but that was just to get through the group. We all know what that was for.
And France got through the group as well. I don't get what you're trying to do here. I've given England their props and respect. I don't get what you're trying to do. I'll be honest.
France won the first 2 games, so they made 11 changes. Am I right? 11 changes to their team. It was an entirely different team in the last game.
I think it was 9 changes.
Okay.
Or 9 changes or whatever it was.
No,
so
that's. I don't get what you're trying to do. Like, were you not here when throughout this whole stream I was praising Southgate?
No, I wasn't here throughout the whole stream, so I apologize.
I wasn't here, Latimer.
So okay, cool. Well, I was. I'm one of the only people, I guess, on football Twitter that actually backs Southgate.
Well, I don't not back Southgate. So what I'm saying is,
you guys not think? Do you think?
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
No, but I don't get what you guys are like. The guy on the bottom left, said that I'm wrong. Like, what am I wrong about?
Yeah, Lee. What was he wrong about?
I just don't think he's right. Like I say, England scored the most goals in the group stages, and
the knockout.
But why would you think that France would have too much firepower against an England team that has scored the most goals in the group stages?
In the group stage, that's a valid question.
I mean, against Iran, yes, for 1 and 2. I said, I believe France's firepower is better than England's. I didn't say you guys cannot beat France. Like, unless you didn't listen to anything that I said and you only picked on the point of the firepower thing, and that's not my fault.
Yeah, but you don't listen to the stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Facts are England winning more, scoring more goals. You talk about firepower. England scored more goals in the group stages and qualifiers. So
can we just say Poland were a little bit unfortunate in the first half?
All right, cool, fine. So, are you saying you guys will beat France then?
Yes, 100%.
All right, cool. So why didn't you just say that in the first place?
He said that. I didn't say that.
No. I'm talking to the guy on the left, Lee. I think his name is. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, if you believe England will beat France, and just say.
Yeah, I said that. We'll beat France 2-0. That's Tony.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he did.
I see a world where you do beat France. Yeah, I've said that.
I think France are vulnerable at the back at times. I really do. I think the midfield, the gap between the midfield and the defence, they've got. Do you know what the thing is? They've got absolute world-class potential players in Chuishimi and Theo Hernandez, but I think that side is where you've got to get at them. But the problem is you don't know what their centre-half pairing's going to be. It could be Varane, Upamecano. It could be Saliba, Upamecano. It could be Konate, Upamecano. How are you meant to plan for that? But I think that the depth off the bench for England, if they keep it tight in the first half, will make a difference.
Yeah, definitely.
If England beat France, I think that's how they do it. If they do. Right. I just think Mbappe is going to have a moment at some point and he's going to score.
Good and okay. So what's your final prediction for that match before we close the show?
1-0 France.
1-0 France, not even England. Wow.
No, I think I've said France from day one, mate, and I'm going to stick to it, unfortunately.
Ladimus, please shout out where people could find you. Ladimus, thanks for coming to the show. I gave you a call today. I said, hey, man, please show up to the show and come talk to us.
I wasn't trying to be argumentative with you first, so you don't think that I was. Not in the top right, sorry.
Yeah, no props. Ladimus has no problem. He's a great guy. And of course, Ladimus, this is Andrew Bell. He's a great guy, man. He's always been there for me, at this time. That's during the World Cup period. And he will also be coming to the show more times as I do more shows with you, Ladimus also. And Lee, thanks for coming to the show today. Ladimus, shout out where people can find you, my brother. Thanks for today, Ladimus. I'm really grateful.
Just follow me on socials. Follow me on Twitter, Ladimus Prime.
So Andrew Bell, Lee, try and follow my guy, great guy. He's been in this business for a long time, although he doesn't have his own channel, but he's been blessing up other people's channels and is more of a big contributor. So he's well known in this space, no one that doesn't know Ladimus Prime. Lee, shout out where people could find you. Nowhere.
Just Facebook, man. Just Lee Leyland. Just put Lee Leyland on Facebook and I'm there.
And you're there.
Or nothing like that. Just put Lee Leyland on. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Andrew Bell, where can people find you, man?
My Twitter at AnnieBell86. If you watch NFTV, I might appear.
Yeah. Andrew Bell, thank you for coming to the show today, man. Definitely.
Cheers for him, man.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in the Brazilian match. Hopefully you'll get an invite and come around and talk to us. Lee, also, man, thanks, man. Try and come tomorrow. Let's talk about this Brazil match that'll be showing up tomorrow. Ladimus Prime, I will send you the links for tomorrow. If you can come and bless the show, good. I know you're always busy, but if you're, kind of freed up, you can pop in and, come bless your guys' show if you like, man. So big ups, everyone. Thank you, man. Thank you for today. The guys in the chat, I'm sorry I couldn't read, the whole chat today. It's very hard when you're concentrating on the panel and you're also concentrating on the chat too. It's very hard. But thank you, Ron Jeremy. Thanks for coming to the show today. I know you're new here. It's a big family down here. Mr. B for life. What can I do without you, Mr. B for life?
He's always here, isn't he?
Come on, man. Mr. B is always here. He's always here. Come rain, come sun, is always here. Big up to you, Mr. B for life. Look at AFC, of course. He's a showrunner too. And thank you everyone and everyone that have joined me in this show today. Miss Melina, Baz, Tomisi Osabia, all these guys, Chelsea Dan. Thank you for showing to the show today. And Ladimus Prime, of course, my big guest here today. Andrew Bell, big ups, man. Lee, big ups, man. Ladimus,
all the best, Prime.
I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Have a nice day, guys. Yeah, big ups, big ups.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Take care, lads.